This is Roma Reacts, a series where I watch patron-submitted videos with all of you guys, and the first video sent in by Golden Witch Beatrice. And it says, in 2021, an anime was released that spoke deeply to my mid-20s soul. Here are some scenes from it. So it's Uramichi, Oni-san Being a Big Mood by EMVP. Let's check this out. I don't know what this is, by the way. I haven't heard of this at all, so it's actually pretty interesting for me as well to see exactly what this could be.
Let's see some hands. Which of you kids are just bursting with energy today?
Okay.
Cool. And who's just feeling okay?
Okay.
Who's in pain, fatigued, frayed like a dog's favorite toy?
Oh no. Oh no.
Me.
Wait, really? Really? Depression, anxiety, and dark humor. I'm sure if it's really bad, we can cut around it.
You know what? Yuka-chan just inspired me to cast a special spell on all of you.
What kind of spell would it be?
It's a spell of preservation. With any luck, it'll save you kids from ending up like me in 20 years.
Oh my god. No.
Okay, cut. Excellent work. That was super impressive, kids. Seriously. As boring as that was for you tykes, you still managed to feign interest.
Keep honing that skill, because when you grow up and enter the workforce, you're gonna need it.
This is dark in a different way. This is dark in a kind of like, oh no. Like, you know, when you're sitting here as like someone like in your mid-20s and you're like, oh. You know?
I'm falling apart.
It's very interesting. Making
Okay,
this into a show.
Let's get your mind off it, pal. What happened to my smile and my will to live?
No!
Where are they now?
Gone.
As of late, whenever I raise my voice, I kinda feel something get torn away.
Oh, for real?
What's that?
My soul.
Oh my god, so every time you get angry? This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy that they made this into a show.
Why?
Oh.
Why does the sun keep rising?
Did I abandon my principles over?
I know like a lot of this is very comedic, but I think, you know, everyone would excuse me for saying like that this is also like, you know, I think intentionally depressing, right? It is intentionally depressing.
Overnight? Yes, because that's what grown-ups do when they're weak.
Okay. Is that
Okay.
Are you asking me if I have to force myself to sound this relentlessly cheerful? No way, I'm happy! That wasn't a joke, you little goober. It's precisely because I have nothing else going for me that I need to smile.
Behind my smile is the knowledge that after this shoot, I'll retire to a lifeless, empty home where I'll sit and numbly wonder why playing with you kids is the only thing that makes me feel alive.
I've seen that gif
The
before.
last part was a joke. I may be alone, but I don't think that makes me some kind of antisocial creep who's failing in life. You're all still young, which means you're fueled by pure, genuine enthusiasm and curiosity. But what grown-ups need is
Positivity.
that word means pretending it's okay when it's not.
Oh my
Staying
god.
productive and profitable.
Oh
It's
my god.
psychological conditioning, which also starts with P. I'm still hopelessly trapped in my own life. I don't know what that meant.
And you know what's, again, like I know a lot, like we're like, it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious, right? This show already, right? But like I wonder if it has like a very like serious undertone to it as well when like you actually get into the show. Because like I feel like one of the biggest topics that has come up, like, you know, like you look in even in bands nowadays, like, you know, Aratashi Gakko, for example, like sing about the idea of like growing up and how like, you know, you basically go into a life where like some people go into life where it can be kind of like just like dead end and it feels like, you know, you're not doing anything. But I wonder if this is like, you know, a topic that spoke to this person. I know it spoke, you said it spoke to you, Golden Witch, as well. And I think like a lot of people would like relate to the idea of like once you get older, you know, that wonder kind of leaves you in some ways and you have to find it in other ways. That you couldn't just, you know, as a kid, like in some cases, for some kids, you would just find it naturally, you know?
Either way, sometimes your boss makes a choice, and you pretend that choice makes sense.
All right, take 5, everyone. Your Oni-san's just suffered some emotional trauma, and they're gonna need a minute.
Oh my god, your
Being
Nissans.
alone is so suffocating.
You see, when a grown-up's hobbies amount to consuming mass-market entertainment, Those aren't really hobbies. They're just distractions from their mediocre lives.
Don't say
and
that.
that makes you realize that you really would be better off if you went out and mastered some new hobby. But 10 years of adulthood have sapped you of the curiosity and drive you would need to learn how.
Holy hell.
I feel that.
So remember, kids, whenever you find yourself feeling trapped, feeling suffocated, that's okay. Fish get eaten in the ocean and they choke on their own waste in undersized tanks. If you're not dead, that means society's done its job.
I can't get a grasp. I can't get it because I'm like I'll be laughing because it's like this is really funny, and then like all of a sudden I'll be like, oh,
Relationship with God.
Non-existent.
Today we learned that sometimes your
Same,
best
bro.
just isn't enough.
What did it say? What's your relationship with God?
How's your relationship with God?
Non-existent.
Yeah, same,
Today
bro.
we
Same.
learned that sometimes your best
Same.
just isn't enough.
I don't know what God is. Oh no, no. So this is so accurate to life.
Doodle and tried to sleep without any pills or booze. The sea's big.
A small task.
Just remember, I let you live.
Time for
I let
booze.
you
Time
live.
for booze. It's time for booze. What are you doing, and why are they making you do it by yourself?
It's kind of like when a dog learns to play dead, or shake paws, or sit on command. I do as I'm told, and the people giving the orders don't leave me to starve by the road.
It's like the dropping of the box situation was like it's such a it's one thing that I feel like everyone can relate to at some time. Like I feel like, you know, I'm in a way better place maybe emotionally than this dude. But like you know, but like I feel like we all can relate to something that like has been said. And like one of those things, you know, when the balls all dropped out of the box, that to me was like such a big thing, because like I'll be like legitimately, like, you know, one of the things that like we'll get to, if you're having a bad day, and if I'm having a bad day, and then like something small will happen, like I don't know, like something's really small, like you'll spill some milk or something. It really feels like it's like, oh man, life is horrible, you know?
Do you want to stay alive?
It really does feel that
keep
way.
on doing tricks like a dog?
I'm not complaining that I'm not doing what I want. People who whine about their lives not going to plan usually didn't have a plan at all. Now let's all pretend everything's
These
Daijoubu
kids.
and that conversation never happened. What's
These
something you
kids.
have when you're a kid, but you don't get to have when you're a grown-up?
Kindergarten!
Happiness, apparently, with this guy.
Good job. Everybody's answers are right so far, but I bet you've still got a lot more, yeah?
Freedom. Sense of joy. A future.
The kids, he's
All correct answers.
he's taught the kids well.
I'd just really like
He's
it if
taught
you didn't
them
take out all your stress on your coworkers. Please.
You've got it wrong. Not one of our interactions has ever made me feel any less stressed. Ever let your troubles sit so long that they coagulate into generalized anxiety?
You shouldn't do that.
I don't
You
have
shouldn't do that.
any furniture, no place for me to rest. I have no money, and I'm out of time. Nor do I have any food left over in the fridge. My life is meaningless, and there's no hope in sight.
This is
Despite
so
how
like
much I'm lacking, I am still
I want to hug
alive.
everyone in this
He okay to do the
show.
advice corner when he keeps talking to himself like that?
He's never okay in general, so it should be fine.
Got any good movie recommendations, Kuma?
I'm into the man-eating salmon series.
Yeah, are they good?
Oh, no, terrible.
That's such like a common thing now as well, like especially online, where like someone will be on like Twitter being like, man, Persona 3 it sucks, I hate it so much, and the battle system's bad, and the Tartarus freaking sucks, and someone goes, man, that's like my favorite game. It's like, yeah, me too. It's like, okay.
This is? Chains? Like the ones that will bind us when we reach adulthood?
I didn't mean to have
The kids are getting it more and more
like that.
apparently.
Are you okay? You're allowed to give yourself a break.
Oh no,
I,
no.
the god of Shisho.
No. Serve, actually.
I legit. Okay,
Serve.
so
I think it looked good. I think it was good.
I have no idea how to even.
Trixie and
approach
Kadia
this,
here,
but-
Why are you wearing a mesh tank top?
There are some things that even
Get
the
it.
gods may never know.
Next to the bitterness of knowing you were on TV in an outfit that started with cut-off jorts and went straight downhill from there, how bad could some old leaf taste?
But it's all Daijobu, kids.
This is making me feel so
Till the
weird.
end of the day if I have to. That's what grown-ups do. To be honest, there's a lot of times when I just don't feel like doing something either.
Yes.
But no one ever says leave him alone. And it's not because they're concerned for me. It's because if I'm not doing my part, business grinds to a halt. That's why we have to learn an important skill we call going along to get along. Try and learn it in a nice,
Yeah, these kids are done. These kids are
One day
done.
you're going to miss
No,
the times
let
when
him
people
go.
Saw you in a bad mood and decided to give you some space. That's truly a privilege.
The reason why we don't let kids get stressed like this is because they have to have time to grow, you know?
I think Uramichi's having feelings. What? Is he sick?
I'm just picturing these kids blowing their rent on pachinko and getting ditched on a group date and drinking themselves.
So there's a lot of
into
care
oblivion
for these
and
kids, it
passing out
seems, as
by the
well.
road and having to explain to the cops the next day that they're pantsless because someone stole their clothes.
He doesn't want to end up like the kids, I suppose.
Why was that so
or the kids
specific?
to end up like him.
And why does it feel like I just made my mom cry?
Why do you think?
The lesson is keep a budget and plan ahead so you're not gambling with your rent money.
Yeah?
So we're calling it here? I'm literally gonna be homeless.
I mean, that's not bad
Seems that
advice.
decision came straight from
You
the
look
top.
awesome.
Not sure why they waited till the last minute to mention it to us, though.
Oh God. There is again, like, it's like we'll talk about it more after this because I feel like it's actually like a very interesting. Maybe I'm gonna start like, you know, discussing the show in like more of a serious manner than it's supposed to be, but it seems like it has some more serious tones to it beyond the comedy as well. Oh man.
Huh?
Is he still there?
I have absolutely zero interest in real-life women.
Abort!
You almost missed bingo.
Poor.
Here, I picked up an extra card just for you.
Bingo.
Yeah, I clearly said bingo.
Not interested.
It's funny because every man in this show looks awesome. They look so handsome, and it's like, not that being handsome like is like, you know, a key to life. I'm just saying, you know. Just thought I'd say it.
Send it back to Australia. You could call me two-faced, but every adult has a hidden side. Just pretend you didn't see. Okay, kids?
Interesting. So obviously, like, I'm judging this show. I literally ended it too early. I apologize for that, guys. I'll skip back. I thought the music was a signifier at the end.
Just pretend you didn't see. Okay, kids?
I fell down and hopped and I hurt myself.
Yeah, I really feel like that's relatable. You know what I mean? I feel like it's relatable. Now, for me personally, like, a lot of people say, like, Calvin, you're very positive all the time and stuff like that. So maybe, like, for me, it's only some aspects of that, like, I kind of be like, you know, the dropping the ball thing was just hit home. It was like, oh my God. Like, yeah, that's, like, I am definitely like that. Like, if I drop some milk, I'm done for the day. But I remember, like I said, like, you know, I talk about, like, Artashi Gakko. I can never pronounce the name properly. But, like, I remember in Tokyo Calling, like, they talk about something that's so true when it comes to, like, adult life, is that you will get to a stage where you're a teenager, and then you're, like, thinking about all the stuff you want to do in life. But then, like, you get to adulthood, and the grind is so difficult that, like, you know, you're, like in this, like, they said in the show, you're trying to find the smallest thing to make you happy, right? To like distract you from like maybe you know, worse aspects of life as well. And here's the thing as well, like I've known, like there's been parts of my life as well, like there is anyone. I remember Persona 4 Golden, when I played that for the first time, was like one of the most, you know, downtrodden and worst times of my life. But like that game like really did like provide that distraction and made me like feel like I wasn't, you know, upset for a short amount of time. And that was, you know, back in 2014 or 15. So like it's you know, it works. It does work like that. It does. And I think as well, like, you know, the comedy of this that comes from it is that like it's dark humor, but it's dark in a way where it's like how many times during the video where I was like laughing my head off, and then they said something, I was like, they hit home a little bit, and you're like, oh, you're like, oh my God. Yeah, I don't feel a feeling of dread all the time. I know some people do. I know some people, and there's nothing, you know, I'm not trying to shame anybody about that, because like it took a while for me to get to a stage where like I was like super, super positive all the time about stuff. Even my friends could tell you, like, even like years and years ago, there's no way in hell that they would have called me like a super positive person. But they would tell you that like outside of the channel, I'm like exactly the same as I am on the channel now. And I don't know what it was. I think it's just like maybe like you know, a focus. Because the thing is, I would never give advice about this stuff because like I'm not a doctor. I'm not someone who like, because again, I hate giving advice on like life, especially when it's like something that like is about like surviving and you know, mental health, because I feel like you know, you could easily make it worse by giving someone bad advice that doesn't apply to them. But yeah, sorry this topic got so serious. I thought it was a very funny video. That was a very funny video, but I think it's actually like a very important show as well. It's a very interesting topic. The idea of like dread in your 20s. Like it's something that like is, you know, I haven't seen it been done. I've seen it been like, they talk about anime sometimes, like, you know, where like anime characters will be like, you get older and it sucks, you know? But in this case, it's like literally just outright saying it. It's like literally talking to the camera, hey, things kind of suck. Especially like in that age range, I feel like, you know, like there's, you know, yeah, let's not depress anyone any further. Let's move on anyway. But that was a very funny video. That was a funny video. That was a really funny video. Yeah, I don't mean to like make it too serious, Golden Witch, but thank you so much for sending in Golden Witch. It's just like it is like one of those animes that like does hit home sometimes. It does. It really does. The next video sent to my Leon, it says Lenny's story quest moment. Here's a little animation of his voice lines. Interesting. Okay. From Leon, and this video is by Delabel99. Let's go.
Actually, the real me is nowhere near as outgoing or chatty
Oh
as
my
I
God.
appear. More often than not,
Interesting
I
having this right
rely on
afterwards.
verbal magic as a means of getting closer to people.
Oh, great artwork.
Sometimes I think people would feel sorry for the real me.
Oh no. Yeah, my God.
Do you?
No. Not at all.
Do you find my little games absurd?
The artwork is incredible. So this is a really cool video. A really short video, but really, really cool.
Getting closer to people.
Like,
sometimes I think people would feel sorry for the real me.
And I think that's such an interesting concept for Lenny as well, right? Like the idea of
absurd.
And also asking us, like, do you find it absurd? It's like, I think it's such an interesting concept, the idea of like talking about like, you know, making yourself feel like that you have a mask on constantly because you're trying to make connections that way, right? Especially for someone like Lenny who like, you know, the first time they truly trusted like someone fully, they were betrayed, right? And like, you know, and trust is such a hard thing to give for someone like Lenny. So the idea of like making a connection through like, you know, making, you know, and you can see that when he was talking to that kid at the start of the story quest, there's like a care and attentiveness in Lenny's eyes where it's like, I want to make sure that this person here, like, you know, gets a good lesson and a good life lesson. And I think it's like so interesting we had this right after the last video as well, because there is like a mask that people put on in life sometimes. And it can be quite difficult to like, you know, remove that mask for people. And Lenny did, you know, for a little bit. And I think even like with Lenny, you know, he said, oh, do you find these games absurd that I play? Do you find the idea that like, you know, me, you know, doing all this performance so that maybe I can make like a connection with people, maybe I can get closer to people through those performances? Not that Soul Reason does those performances. Like, do you find that weird? And to like me, it's like not generally weird. I think comedians become comedians because they love making people laugh. It's one of their favorite things to do. Like I'm not trying to compare myself to Lenny in any way. I like, cause it's like, oh, he's like me for real. I'm writing a comic because I want to make people cry, and not in a good way. You know what I mean? I want to make people cry. I want to make people feel the way I do when I watch like a read a manga or watch an anime or watch a TV show. And I feel like there is a connection in that. But I think in Lenny's case, it's like a lot more severe because this is like a trust issue. This is an issue in like, you know, how he sees the world. It's like, you know, he feels like if he stopped being Lenny, then people would feel absolutely sorry for who he actually is. But we know that Lenny is a fantastic individual, at least from the story quest anyway. Even if they do like, you know, probably like do little mishap lies every 2 minutes, I think it's actually a great, you know, it adds to the character of someone who's trying to make a connection through a performance. Not true being like their honest, truest birth self, right? Which again, I think that in the story quest, you see Lenny for who he truly is at the end of that story, which is like, you know, very vulnerable, very, you know, soft and like soft-spoken. And in a lot of ways, not just always like he turned that switch off for a bit for us. And it was one of the most interesting things we saw in that game. Beautiful artwork as well. Beautiful artwork. I'm not trying to say Lenny is fake. You know what I mean? I just think Linny self-admittedly, like a lot of people in Fontaine, is keeping up like a very big performance. Because sometimes like I'll say something about a character like, oh, like I think that they're you know they're putting on a mask or something, and I'll have someone be like, Linny's not fake, okay? Linny's not fake, and I'm like, no, you have to allow characters to have like traits that are like, you know, less than desirable, because that's what makes them interesting. Characters who have like, you know, like if you said like, I use Xiao as an example of someone who's like really prickly when you first meet him. How uninteresting would Xiao be if when you first met him, he was exactly like he was at the tea party that we had, at the dinner party we had at the Lantern Rite? Can you imagine how like, again, we'd love him. He'd have, you know, let's take away his backstory. And I'm talking about just him as a person and how he acts. Let's go to the end of like that story. If he started off just as Xiao, who's like really happy, they don't say his backstory. He's never prickly with us. He's never prickly with anybody. He's never like, you know, kind of like, I just do this by myself. I have to do this, you know? Because now the reason why every time whenever we call his name, he comes and helps us, the reason why that's so special is because he started off as very distant. And I feel like sometimes you have to let characters have like less than exactly desirable flaws. And that's what's cool about Lenny as well. Thank you so much for sending in, Leon. The next video is sent in by Angel313. This is a hit and miss for a lot of people. You love it or you hate it, so I was scared to send it, but I love it. It's a ZeroBase song called Crush. Let's, as always, open mind. Let's check it out. Here we go. I love it. No, I saw a tie and a sword. What did you expect me to do? Did you hear the it's funny you said love it or hate it, because like the start of this is probably my favorite I've heard so far. Like just this. Man, the outfits are so cool as well, aren't they? For K-pop artists, and ZeroBaseOne have like had some really fantastic outfits. Oh wait! I always forget. Just a sword and a tie. You know, we got it. And like the fact that they said like, you know, they're waiting for me to watch these videos to sing to me, like it's crazy. They're so talented. Like that. Oh my god. I can see why people would be hit or miss with a song that seems like it's very different from the last two songs I feel like they've had that you've shown me. Personally, I think it's very different from the last two songs that I was shown. I think that like maybe it's like we could, again, it's this part here, like the little dance break here as well. I don't know if that's like happens in a lot of the songs. Maybe I'm just like saying this because as someone who doesn't really know this stuff, but like, you know, it's not a soft sound. It doesn't make you feel, you know, gentle, like they're caressing you. It's a very kind of aggressive tone, right? So it's interesting, yeah. Yeah. The visuals, of course, are always awesome. Really awesome. The outfit's always awesome. Oh, there's a horse again. I don't know if this is before or after the other one. Do you like the direction of these videos is stellar. It's always stellar. Is this guy the leader? Is there a leader? Gosh. So what's interesting is they're using the word crush, right, as like two different things, like, or multiple different things. I won't let you be crushed. You know, even if I'm crushed, you are my crush. So I don't know, I find it interesting they're using it for like multiple different, you know. It's like crush me. It's like, you know, you can break me. Which like I'm a fan of, by the way. Sorry for I keep pausing this. I'm a fan of that. Like I know that's like maybe like less interesting, or maybe it's weird for some people. Like I do like the whole idea of like, you know, like it's like like the song Everlong, right, by the Foo Fighters, right? I like that there's a darker tone to it because, like, you know, relationships aren't perfect. That's my take anyway. They worked so hard on this stuff, man. Are you kidding me? I would die 2 minutes into one of these dances. Like, I would literally die. You would never see me again. Outfits on point as always. Oh, you got the horse. Like, you see, like the outfits are so inspired. I know, come on. Are you telling me that doesn't kill ya? I'll watch over you now. Yeah, like, I don't know, I think it's pretty good. No, I'm sorry. I keep talking about the direction of these videos and, like, you know, how the placement of everyone is in these videos. Like, little things like this is just, like, works so well, right? Within the music beat, look at the camera here. Like, it works so well. It works so freaking well. And it only works because obviously they're beautiful and stuff, but, like, you know, it works so well. Like, this stuff, it's so, like, freaking cute. It's so cute. Back to this starting visual of the whole video. ZeroBaseOne. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, why, maybe you can explain, Angel, why people, like, weren't as into that. I thought it was maybe because it was a bit more aggressive, a little darker, maybe. Like, it's not as, like, jovial when it comes to the idea of, like, you know, love, I guess is something you could say as well. Because I feel like, you know, a lot of times when we listen to, a lot of people listen to music, they kind of want something to be very, like, it's like sometimes you want it to, like, you know, perk you up or make you feel happy or make you feel, you know, like that. And I feel like sometimes that is the case and that isn't the case. Like with songs, I feel like, you know, sometimes you need this type of song in your discography. I think you need a song that's a little bit like more like serious in tone. And I don't know if that's what they were going for. Like, it is a more serious song, but maybe it is. I don't know. Again, the visuals are good. Like, I thought the darker tones actually worked really well. I think one of the things that would, like, it is so different from the videos you showed before is that darker tone, just because there's, like, no, like, there's no, like, the other videos had, like, direct, like, you know, cutesy, very pretty, you know, primary colors, while this is, like, all very, like, almost meant to be, like, more dingy, more grimy, more gritty. The lyrics fit that as well, though. And again, like I said, the idea of, like, a crush isn't perfect, the idea of love isn't perfect. I like how they use the word crush for 3 different things, 4 different things in some cases. You know, even if I'm crushed, you're my crush, I won't let you be crushed. Gosh, which rhymes with crush in a way too, worked really well too. I know, I liked it. But I can definitely see if someone's like, maybe this is a darker tone as well. What's interesting about the video, and just pointing this out for YouTube, the first 10 seconds is the most watched. So maybe it is a song that is hitting misery people, because then, like, the other part is, like, watch, like, it's, like, almost like people click away. But actually, you know what? I think for a music video, that might be that might be very normal, right? Especially for one that only came out 2 years ago. You know, the idea that, like, you know, you watch, a lot of people click on the start to wonder what it is, and then the rest of the people ride the whole video out. Yeah, super cool. Thank you so much for sending Angel313. The next video is sent in by Zevi, and it is the Nightfall OP by NQRSE. Please read before... please read. Zevi's not being angry. They never are. This one is a link to the specific time within a 3-hour video. I mean, we'll watch it for a 3-hour video. No, we won't. So it immediately starts at 1:08:21, but it's the only version I can find. It's official and can turn English subtitles. Fair enough. The song ends with a group shot. And once you see a title card pop up, that's perfectly fine. Let's go. So this is from Hoyo Fair 2024. Imagine we watched a full 3-hour video. So there's Zhang Li. There's Ryot Li. Did I turn off subtitles? I might have turned off subtitles because they're already on. So it's like a target? Oh my god, Ayato. Jesus Christ. Child? I'm adrift in this world, who am I? They make Child look beefy there, right? They made him look beefier than he usually is. Oh, we have a revolver. Oh my god, he looks so cool! That's such a good line, are you kidding me? Listen to this. Greedy boy, easy come, easy go, it's time to go hard. That's great, that's pretty great. Look at them with the magnum as well! People love drawing magnums nowadays, I love it. Because they do that. Ooh! So there's already lyrics on the screen, but I think the subtitles might be better for people to see watching video. Luke's hair is wild. It's so long. He's trapped, but people are cheering. People said, oh, there's a chain on his neck, and people are roaring. Woo! As I roll in the heart gathers and dissipates. Hello on a snowboard? Let's see if the subtitles are accurate, by the way. Just so I don't want to be like, it is. Okay, they are accurate, okay. Warning, righteously. Jesus Christ. That flex is like bathrooms that way. You know when you like hold a can, hey, you want a drink? And like you're flexing your arm? It's like, again, the crowd's going wild. The crowd's going crazy. The crowd's going nuts. Oh, the guns are pointing at Ayato now. So inventive, man. Like, they put him in different worlds altogether. It's a different, and it's just like, it's the same characters, just like, how would they act in this world? Man, wait, no, what? Wait. To Ayato, and he's staring right at him. Oh no, wait, it's Chandelier. Is that I'll hate them? I think that's I'll hate them, right? And as dark as you're lost. Oh my god, in together, look at this. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like Tekken in the best way possible. This is what the characters in Tekken be doing all the time. Put on that jacket. It's cold. It's a good song as well though. Ayato looks like a freaking mob boss, are you kidding me? Scattering the petals. Okay, he's dead. He's gone. Me, but I have hearts in my eyes. This is super interesting. Oh my god, look at them. Look at them. That's such an interesting four-piece right now. Obviously, like with Ayato, it's like, you know, he also has another red-haired lad that he also has helping them all the time. So like Child helping him out is actually pretty interesting too. And that is Child, because I know his hair flow, right? And, you know, if it was Toma, they'd probably make it out to be Toma, I'm pretty sure. Unless, like, again, to me, like, if you're drawing Toma, you make his hair, like, a lot more smooth. To me, like, Child is, like, you know, his hair is wild for a reason. He looks like a wild boy in general. You know, Diluc is Batman. It makes sense that he's here. Righteously having the arms of ancient gods. How can you breathe in this shirt? How can you breathe? And Ayato looking fantastic. Absolutely looking fantastic. I thought they made Child look beefier. He actually doesn't look beefier than I thought, actually. They had like, is this the end of the song, by the way? Just to make sure. It is. Okay, I'll put it back to the start of the song just to make sure. Like, because again, I know it's Child. But like now I have myself doubting myself. you know, if it's like, is it Toma? But then that one, you know, it is 100% child. Yeah, it is. I knew it was, but like, you know what I mean? I've made mistakes before that have not gone well, you know? And then you're called out for it. And then I have to make a public apology every single week. I'm sorry I called this character this. No, that never happens. Yeah, no, like I love stuff like that because again, it's putting the characters that I already like think are really cool in like different situations. And in this situation, it was like a very much like felt like a very Tekken style crossover for me, like in terms of Tekken Force. Like I always love when they take their personalities and they like turn it up to like 14 and then they put them in like a modern setting. Cause like the idea of like it made like to me like what made the most perfect sense there to me was like Child being like this like headstrong guy who's going in, shooting up the place and like crashing through a window. It made perfect sense. And they all look really good. The art style's good. The song was actually pretty good too. Thank you so much for sending in. That was from Zevi. Thank you so much. The next video is sent in by Fizzle, and it says, now that you've met Arcalino, I can share the last of Kiryu's animations, or at least ones I'll post for now. To anyone in the know, beware of the boat fight one, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Fabeta's crew is here, but no Kazuha. Blasphemy! Let's check it out. It looks like a Persona 5 color, so let's see what it is here. Interesting to see. Oh man, look at the two of them. Oh, riveting! Yeah, you cheer them on. Two sweethearts. Love them. The artwork here is superb. Absolutely superb. Tonight. Look at the artwork here. It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. It is Persona 5. Oh my god, that's so neat.
Stop him.
That's so cool. Look at the motion as well coming after him. Okay, steal the cross on as you're going. Oh, no. That's such a Liddy and Lynette thing to do. I need to recharge my batteries. Like, it's like, I need to recharge my batteries, and then Liddy's like, oh, I'll make it up to you. There you go. So cool. Very them. Very them. I love that. The colors here are incredible. Like in the arts, look at this. It's so good. Like I could watch a whole show like this. Man, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, the different. Oh my god! Adorable, absolutely adorable. I know I can't get over this. This is one of the best animations I've ever seen. Look at this! And with the sword fighting as well. Oh my god. Checkmate. And then that's so good. That's a cross. Oh, okay. That's not Persona 5 anyway. Hey, you're dead, by the way. Oh my god, there's brevity in the freaking thing. Is that? Yeah, I was thinking it's not. That's not it, right? The video's a bit longer than that.
Your intel was right. 57 named house operatives on his person alone.
With some voice acting too?
Not counting the ones he's already exposed, of course. Well, this is. So that's Arcalino or whatever. But what's so I can never pronounce the name. Okay, and like, you know, I'm sure people will correct me. I don't see every comment. It's like so hard to see every single comment. All the time. But like, if you need to correct me again, okay? And I'll pronounce it better this time. But no, it's interesting because like, this is like obviously House of the Hearth style, right thing, right? These these characters are from the House of the Hearth and they're doing this mission, what seems to be for the knave. So I find it very like, I find it very interesting, like the actual like presentation of this. It like makes sense for the actual story. Vision leader of the Fatui. Betraying his own.
So he was a division leader.
And compromising their cover. For what purpose?
Oh, they're so cool.
As if I care about what happened to you, Bryce.
Kill him.
You've all gone soft.
Oh no.
Thanks to your bleeding heart headmaster.
Bleeding heart.
The Arlecchino I knew
Arlecchino.
would never tolerate such weakness.
Gonzo. Oh no, there's a shocked. Lynette's not too shocked, but Linny is
If you believe
shocked.
that our mercy gives you license to supplant us,
You look so cool.
then I'm afraid your grave.
Holy hell. What?
The house of the
From the eye? Fremine looking away.
for such treachery.
Oh, poor Fremine. Don't do this in front of Fremine. And Lynette is hugging into Linny.
Is finished.
Insane with the threads. What in the hell? That is insane. Here are the credits, by the way. But like, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's so interesting to me because like, I think those, I said those characters are like super cool or super serious or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like, and stuff like this, right? They're cool. But like, deep down, like when I look at them, all I think of like is like a bunch of adorable characters, right? That's what I think about when I look at them. They're like adorable. They're like, they're so sweet. I don't want anything to ever happen to them. But in this case, it seems like it's like, maybe that is like a dynamic we're going to explore more of, as like, the relationship with the House of the Hearth. Ever since we found out about the House of the Hearth back with the R&R episodes, it's so interesting that like, it's come to this after all this time. And that's what it kind of has been leading to with these characters. Because like, obviously like the first person we met from the House of the Hearth, we absolutely despised, Alfonso. We were like, we do not like this guy. We really do not like this guy. And then it turns out like later on, like, the next three people we meet from the House of the Hearth are three characters that we adore. And I think Genshin's always very good to give us that dynamic. But yeah, this video was absolutely beautiful. Like a beautiful crossover. Beautiful animation. Got super serious towards the end as well, but really fun and bubbly as well. It's so interesting to see where it's like Linny and Lynette and Fremine are like seeing this kind of like activity that they're doing. Like it's almost like an activity, capturing this guy. And then Arlecchino like turns it into a much more serious situation at the end. And I wonder, like, again, no spoilers, and I'll say this now for anyone, guys. If you say something in the comments, this is how you get removed from the comments. So mod will remove your comment. Is if it hasn't happened yet, it doesn't get spoken about. That's the rule. It's so simple. It's so easy, and there's not like an exception where it's like, well, what about this? It's just like if it hasn't happened yet, and there's some point in this game where I can realize it or I can see it, we don't talk about it. It's just that simple. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be a dynamic. And I'm just thinking to myself when I say this, like, I wonder what else we're going to see with that dynamic. But that was such a cool video. It's so pretty to see as well. Thank you so much for sending that in, Fizzle. It was beautiful. That's the thing. I'm usually very like big on like immersion in terms of like which characters in the game, what outfits they're wearing. If I'm playing a game for the first time, I'll have them in their main outfits and all this stuff. But I do like think that there is room for stuff like if they put Linny and Lynette in like the next Persona game, like I'd be down. If they put like Ryuji in Genshin, I'd be over the moon. I'd be like all of a sudden my like very like immersive heart where I'm like, I love like having characters be in their outfits, be like, I like seeing them in the moment, seeing them in their own games. All of a sudden I'd become the biggest hypocrite you've ever seen in your life. I know Persona 5 gets like a lot of hate online. You can dislike it, of course, like as well, but that's still, the Persona series means the world to me. So seeing this means the world to me. So thank you so much, Fizzle. The next video sent in by Alligator. And it is the sequel to the video last week. It has subtitles, but I think dialogue isn't this. So I think the dialogue isn't. So here's the translation. So at 4:17, it says, okay, we'll remember this. 4:17 is the first one. And then 4:24. There's something I couldn't say to you, and can I hug you just once? We'll remember that. We will remember that for sure. Let's... So it's pretty crazy to make a sequel series, get a bit of tea as well, for like a music video, right? It doesn't generally happen that often, at least from my perspective. Some nice cars though. Is that... I haven't gotten a good look at him yet. He's hiding, so I'm assuming it's him. I'm always for like the awkward interactions, honestly. You know what I mean? Sorry if I hit the mic there. But maybe like, you know, that's not me. Wait, it's a funeral. Did his wife pass away? That's devastating if so. You're leaving me again. But I feel like I'm still saying... I still feel like I'm saying goodbye. Did you get a heart attack, man? Is this not the man? Like, they're, by the way, they're much, like, you can't tell just because like they have amazing like skin and amazing complexion. Very clear they're older here, much older. This is 4 months ago, by the way. I want to cry out loud for you to see, but even that's not easy. Are they no longer like at least best friends? What the hell is happening here? Maybe that kind of breakup doesn't exist. This is very sweet, by the way. I'm a sucker for giving the number and then like calling right away. But I'm wondering what's happening with the relationship. Are they not at the base level even friends anymore? Waiting to call, by the way. Very sweet. So we haven't seen... Oh, that's so sweet. Are you kidding me? So we haven't seen the wife yet. So I'm assuming the funeral was probably for the wife. Explaining the job. And having a drink together with cheese as well. How fancy. There's no breakup song for me, by the way, implies to me, right? If you're saying there's no breakup song for me, that to me implies it's like I didn't even get to say the normal goodbye. Right? It's like I didn't get a consolation for a goodbye. Ah, come on, look, feeding him. You kidding me? You better like him at this stage. He called it night, by the way. If someone's drinking and they go to lie on the couch, guys, I'm sorry, that's the end. It's over. The night is over. They're done. They're going to sleep. You're never going to see him again until the morning. Still staring at him. That is him, right? That is him. They look older, but like I think they have different hair, like a little bit. But he, like, you know, I can't be as honest as I was with you. This is so interesting to me. Now there is subtitles, as Alligator said. Are they coming up? They are. In there, yes. The phone call rocked him. Like the phone tone. There was something I couldn't say to you. Can I hug you? Why wait though. They're like, he's there. You can say it to him now. But maybe he's talking about like how it felt in the past, and he wants to maybe make a connection through that. There's no other person for it, but this has stalled both of them. The both of them have like changed instantly. The emotions are like really stalling me as well. It doesn't hurt more than your name. Wait, what are they doing? What are you doing? Wait, what are you doing? It's not his wife. What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you think you can... Why did they do these twist endings? Why are they doing these twist endings? But he's... Wait, are they going to see that he didn't see him here? Is that what they're going to do? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. But he did see him. But he's walking away. And they're closing in on the watch here as well. What is... Why would the... What?
보고 싶었어.
I wanted to see you where I missed you, I think is what's the last line. What is... No, it's not 5 seconds left. Wait. What are they doing? Wait, so is this like... Let's get a close-up on the face here at the funeral. I'm sorry. I would ask that they don't do this. What is... Show me. 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 Now, is this him with his hair brushed? It is. His hair brushed back. What the hell? Wait, so he's dead? Is there like any... I know for a fact there's probably there's probably like some indications last time. Wait, but that's his... The watch is broken. The watch is broken. But he's wearing that watch. What is happening? Why would they do this? Who do they think they are? And like, he's not wearing this watch here, is he? What is happening? Show me your wrist. Show me the wrist right now. Right now. They probably won't. They probably won't onto the... I think intentionally it was to show it at the end. Right? No, they're not going to show it. They're not going to show it. And today you're leaving me again. I still feel like I'm... He left him again in this... Stop. Stop. I still feel like I'm saying goodbye. Wait, what was on your wrist? Show me what was on your wrist. Show me what was on your wrist. No, okay, there's no watch. Okay, me trying to be sleuth here. And the idea there's no break, I didn't get to say goodbye. Wait a second though, but like... This was 4 months ago as well. He has like a super old phone. But then that's... Wait. But he doesn't... Okay, maybe it's not. That looks like... It looks like a BlackBerry. When did the original song come out? I want to say that's killing me. I don't know, man. That's like... why would they do that? I feel like that's like... Is there going to be like another part to this, or is this just the end? I didn't even try to hold on to you. Now, which perspective is that singing from? Because like later on in the words, he says like, you know, can I hug you? It's like, hey, can I asking something, just can I hug you? And look at this as well here. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they should be arrested. for doing something like this without like, again, they love their twist endings without like a full explanation, right? But obviously the first one was more straightforward. It seems like the other guy died and he didn't get to tell him exactly how he felt, and maybe he felt similarly to him, and then that's what the song is kind of all about. And then he's kind of feeling him maybe from beyond the grave, what he wanted to say to him, like, hey, I like, because it says like, you know, I never got to hold you, like I just want to hug you. I never got to, like, how sweet is that? I just want to hug you. That's What is happening? They don't get to do this. They don't get to do this, and honestly, I am going to file a formal complaint with the Department of My Emotions. What do we even, like, what can we even say? Like, because again, the lyrics, like, I guess it would put into perspective if he's actually dead in the end, right? It would put everything into perspective. The idea of like, oh, I want to hold you, I'm longing for you. Man, this just made me freaking depressed. I thought they were like, I don't know, I thought this was like a happy reunion, but it seems like it's not at all. You know what I mean? It seems like, I was like, oh, like maybe it's gonna, like when I saw like, you know, it's gonna be, oh, it's a sequel. It's like, oh, maybe they're gonna get together. I'm like, oh, and then throughout the video, you're kind of like, oh, this is really sweet, right? This is sweet. I love that they're kind of like answering on the phone to each other. But I at first I was kind of like, what's happening here? Because like, why are they exchanging numbers? What's happening with the funeral? Is it his wife? Is it this? Is he moving on? Is like, you know, it's like, it was kind of like very interesting to watch. It was like very interesting lyrics as well. And then like the end like came as a twist again. It's almost like a Sixth Sense type of thing. Like I see dead people. Well, from what perspective though? Because, well, no, they showed his watch was broken, but he was wearing, like at the end he had like a fixed watch of his friend's watch. And he was saying goodbye to him. So was he saying goodbye to him like afterwards in the afterlife? And did like the phone call at the end kind of triggered something? I don't know. It kind of triggered something in his mind. You're going to have to maybe like explain this one to me. But like to me, like it's still a very beautiful song. Like to me, like it is about longing and not being able to do, like not even have like the consolation that you get when you break up with someone, which is like the goodbye, or like, you know, if someone passes away, you don't get that thing, right? Where it's like sometimes you don't get the I want to hug you, I want to say goodbye to you. So maybe that is it as well. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Thank you so much for sending it, Alligator. Hopefully I'll understand it more when you're in the Patreon chats. I'll get to you later, actually, and you'll even hear me talk about it beforehand. Really, really hard to watch in a way, you know, because how emotional it gets. Because I really feel for this. I thought, like, you know, clearly it's like what, like a long time afterwards, because there are a lot of, well, like one of the characters looks a lot older than he actually is. I don't mean as an insult, like you grow older. You know what I mean? In this space of time, believe it or not, you grow older. Yeah, I'm going to be here forever if I think about this. But yeah. The next video is sent in by Felicious Felix, and it is Linny and Lynette character song Double Lift. Let's check it out. Lazybird, Project Moms. Interesting. I think I see these type of songs with this style quite a bit. They're kind of like very like, you know, it's almost like a 2D like drawing, but it's like moving slightly. Are they saying to sing it together? Because that's pretty sweet. I adore the two of them. Two prison birds now. Oh, cool transition. Oh, it's actually so, like, again, his design is so neat. Like, this design is really cool too. The double lift lies. I think, like, as a duo, like, it just makes perfect sense, right? It just makes perfect, like, they get, even the outfits are, like, coordinated all the time. The music, the freaking sax as well. That is the sax, right? I'm not always like, you know, up to snuff on like my instruments all the time. Perfect encapsulation of their faces, by the way, of both their personalities, outgoing and kind of like very inward, I guess, and introverted. It's really good freaking like harmonies as well. The role you never meant to be. I just picked up on the line, the role you never meant to be, as like, you know, I guess like you didn't intend to be here, right? But you're here. Oh my god, this is very litty. Honestly, very, very litty. What's the better gadget? Says like a red mystic hair, I'll take it for you now. And then closing into the chest as well. Like, I'll take your hair. Oh, next video. Which to me is like very interesting. Like, I know like it's like you know, again, how if it has anything to do with their character stories whatsoever. But I really do like the idea how like it's so tailored to their personalities. Like even in like, you know, very like slight movements when it comes to characters. You know. And like, you know, they said the line since the start of the song, you know, but like, you know, sometimes when you look at the visuals, you don't pick up on all the lyrics. But like, it's like, forget the magic gadget, I have a better, you know, and forget the magic rabbit, I got a better gadget. I wonder if that's also like kind of like a way of like saying like, you know, forget about the typical spells. What I got for you now is going to blow your mind. You know what I mean? What I'm about to do is a bit crazier than just like the typical pull the rabbit out of the hat. Which I think is also very like Linny and Lynette coded, if I'm being honest as well. Because like they are very much like a I guess a group of characters or two characters who are like, you know, magicians. They are magicians, but they are not like your everyday magicians. They blow your minds in ways that are like, you know, like out of the ordinary. And like it's like the lies that they will tell, the lies they weave, or like the little mysteries they have, and they are lies. You know what I mean? They will try to like, you know, the whole story quest was them trying to convince us as well that something they knew already was not true was true. And like that's what they do. They are like, you know, they are walking sleights of hand sometimes with these characters. Very interesting to see this as well. I don't know, like maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's really sweet to see them together. But I think it always does have something to do with their personalities as well. The next video is sent in by Ali, and it is the Pokemon Violet Indigo Disc DLC True Ending with Professor. I'm not sure what this is, but let's check it out. Obviously, I played Pokemon Violet. I do believe that to me, if it didn't have the technical issues, I think it would be considered one of the greatest Pokemon games ever made. At least in the top 3 for me. Personally, it's in my top 3 after playing it. I don't know where, I think I would rank it as like my favorite like story maybe, but I haven't played Black and White either, so that could change if I do play those. Interesting going to this area now as well. Terralumi. You tell them. What are they doing here? Oh, okay, so then that's the professor. But how is he appearing here? Well, now, this is a curious development. Have I somehow broken the boundary space of time? And who are you? Professor. Are you AI, Professor? Have we met? If so, I'm sorry, but I don't seem to recall it. I'm Professor Turo. I research Pokemon in the Area Zero, and yet... Agios! There he is, Agios. Miraidon? Is this Pokemon, is this an Iron Serpent? The Iron Serpent, it's Miraidon. Is that right? So his name is Miraidon, that's a good name. Again? From the clues you've already let slip, I suppose we'd have to conclude. From my perspective, this must be the future? So he came back from the past, so that of course the complexity of space and time are beyond count. It's possible our encounter might even be occurring at the time of the connection of our own. So we're talking through time. A fleeting miracle. Why don't we exchange the most useful data as we can? That is insane. We're talking to him through time and space. And they're like, hey, yeah, you just go talk to him if you want to. Why are you here? I don't precisely know the cause. I was analyzing some data in my secret lab one moment, and the next I was standing right here before you. Perhaps it's the influence of the crystal Pokemon that lies dormant in that place. Or perhaps the cause lies with you and I. Is there anything else you wish to ask me? What are you studying now? I'm searching methods to catch Pokemon that live in different timelines, so I might So he wants to transform to different timelines. Yeah. You see, this book captured by my imagination when I was a child, never let go. I love that concept. I love the concept of a book like grabbing someone from a child and it changes their perspective on life going forward. Like, to me, that's just such a cool concept. I love that. Like, it's to me like a top 10 conceptual thing ever. Like, I love it. Like the idea of like, you know, it's kind of like Attack on Titan as well, like reading a book that changed your life. Progress and slow set of failures. I haven't left the lab in quite some time now. I just hope that I might glean some new insight from this conversation so I can finally make some progress and return home. Is there anything else you wish to ask me? What about your family? Oh, you wish to know about my private life? What about your son? I do have a family, a son, yeah. He's probably at home right now. Well, no, I suppose right now could be inaccurate. Wherever he is, I imagine he must be quite lonely. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now let's trade places in exchange. I say it's time to come from my own questions. Okay, cool. What is this place? It doesn't appear to be anywhere in Paldea. Kitakami. Sorry, Kitakami Crystal Pool, eh? I remember reading about that in certain texts. They said this place is where water wells up from the ground imbued with terrestrial energy. It was seen to have been shifted quite far in both space and time. My next question then. That Pokemon you have, the Iron Serpent, I mean Miraidon. Tell me about it. It's a precious pattern to me is what I would say. Yeah. Well, yes, personal attachment to the creature has no meaningful relevance to. Well, it doesn't matter if it's meaningful relevance to, it means to me. Okay, yeah. Best friends. That book you have there, I don't recognize its cover. What is this? The Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. Would you let me see it just for a moment? Descriptions of Area Zero under depths. A record of Tarpego's awakening? Who is this Briar? Does student such work? She's a teacher of mine. Isn't that something? A descendant of the author of the original Violet book. Exploration runs in the family, I see. Anyway, that book is that would ignite my imagination as of any true scientist. I'm sorry, but somebody must have time to read this book more thoroughly. Well, what's happening now? Well, this is closing in again. I assume that this must mean our time is near its end. Girls, girls. I wish I could spend longer getting to know the Iron Serpent, but I must hurry. That book, I imagine it must be quite valuable. I wouldn't feel right to claim it without offering you any recompense. In exchange, though, I hate to part with something so precious to me. Oh, very cool. A trading of the book. That's very cool. Through space and time trading a book. That's a cool concept. Like, that's... You know what I mean? Like, that's like literally trading a book from the past to a book to the present. That is awesome. I really like that. I appreciate this more than you can imagine. Perhaps I should take this chance to go home and enjoy a bit of downtime with a good book. This is where we part, fellow adventurer and Iron Serpent. How lucky we were to meet across space and time. I bid you adieu. Thank you. Interesting. Such an interesting interaction with a character like that. And like, I love the exchange of books through space and time. Like, I think that's such a great concept in general. You okay? Okay, yes. And then you get to do. Oh, you get a new title screen with the Violet book on the table? Is that it? Excuse me. And then you go back here. Okay. Now, I think it's a... Oh, it is it? Okay, cool. Yeah, I do love the concept of like, yeah, the true space and time. It's pretty freaking cool. The idea of sharing a book through space and time. Like, if you could do that, how like would that change the world really? Like, you know, if you went back into the past and gave someone like a book on like, you know, anything from the future, like, would it change perspectives? Would it change that person's ideals? And I think that's really cool there for Professor Toro, who's a character who is very interesting, especially like if you have like a affinity towards him or not an affinity towards him. But I think regardless of affinities, I really like think that Pokemon getting into the whole time and space thing has been a thing that's been pretty common for a few games around, right? At least like different dimensions has been a common thing for Pokemon for a few games now. So it's not totally shocking to see this, but it is a very cool concept. Thank you so much, Ali, for sending in. The next video is sent in by Sureshi, and it is My Favorite Voice Lines Part 4. These are usually hilarious. Let's go.
Question for you. Do my
Question?
horns look boring once you get used to them? Because,
No.
I was thinking of switching up the style, going for like a
How?
total overhaul, you know?
How?
I'm thinking, paint them in rainbow stripes,
Okay.
and then strap a few
Okay,
fireflies
so-
on for good measure. Huh? I bet that'd
Whatever
turn
you
some
wanna
heads on the
do.
streets. Like, dude, you're rocking those sweet rainbow horns, man.
Amber is the best. Baron Benny is so fluffy and he
Aw,
even
Clee.
explodes. So
I love you so
cool.
much.
Sometimes
You're so funny.
I hear rustling sounds from the forest's depths, but they disappear when I go closer.
Yeah?
That's a good thing, though. At least they know how to protect themselves. Unlike those stupid adventurers whose first thought when they run
Oh,
into
he's
an
so
amphibious
done.
leopard is,
He's so done.
oh, maybe I'll form an interspecies friendship today.
When faced with delinquents who are just out to cause trouble, most people will try to reason with them.
Shenhe.
This course of action perplexes me. Removing the root of the problem and disposing of these ill-intentioned fools seems like the obvious course
You can
of
get away
action.
with it. You can do whatever you want, Shenhe.
Guarantee you'll never meet anyone else who's as infuriating as him.
Oh, yeah?
And for the record, yes, I would say that to his face.
Oh, yeah?
Sure, he's smart, and sure, geniuses often come with a bad temper. But that's only half the story with him. He knows perfectly well how to appear friendly and likable to others.
Yeah,
he
but
just
you love
doesn't
him.
want to.
You love him.
He tends to be overly sensitive about everyone and everything
no.
he crosses paths with.
No.
And he's constantly making a fuss about nothing. Maybe it's because he's too emotionally fragile.
If he ever gives you the impression that he doesn't really have a temper, or that he's
Oh
rigidly
my God, the back and
logical
forth is
like
so
a
funny.
machine, then you just don't know him well
The back
enough
and forth
yet.
is so funny.
He definitely has a personality. It's
Yeah.
just too big a personality. Most people wouldn't get it.
What's so funny is that, like, about these characters is that, like, I'll hate them praises the heck out of Kaveh when he's not around. Like, not all the time, but, like, we'll talk about how, like, good he is and how good-natured he is, you know?
Someone set up a stand on the street saying that for each handmade keychain they sold, a child in poverty would be given a meal.
Yeah?
Kaveh bought at least a dozen. This
No.
is Sumeru, where even healthcare is free.
No.
I needn't say more.
Wait, so he's saying that, like, you know, there's a lot of, like, social care and, like, safety nets for people in Sumeru for, like, people who are, like, you know, down in their luck, and still Kaveh maybe got tricked into buying a bunch of keychains. He's so good, though. That's why he's bankrupt, by the way. He's so
Art
good.
skills that really got me where I am: eating ramen standing upside down,
Yes.
sleeping with my eyes open, playing the harmonica with my nose, and swatting houseflies with my hair. Yeah, I know. Bet you see
With
it
your
now,
hair?
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Oh, this is a
gosh.
famous one.
Wow. Huh?
He said this before
All will
when
be
I have him.
revealed in the next volume? Oh, drat.
He's on my current team, by the
Vito
way.
have a secret code.
Yeah?
Whenever he puts a sign on his workshop door saying experiment in progress, that's code for come back later. Cleve.
Just for you?
Oh, Vito's really nice and he's so patient
Aw.
with me. So I don't mind waiting until he's
Yeah.
finished with his work.
That's you're a sweetheart.
Ugh, that guy.
True.
I just wish that she wouldn't be so concerned about
I like Baiju, by the way. I like him as a character, obviously. Like, you know, I think it's kind of funny the way we talk about his pants all the time now, but, like, as a character, I do like him.
Chi-Chi whenever she has nothing better to do.
Sounds like you have something against her.
It's not that I take issue with Director Who. It's just that every time she kidnaps Chi-Chi,
Every
I have to
time?
go all the way to the Ministry of Civil Affairs
What?
to get someone to sort it all out.
What?
It's quite exhausting.
Does Chi-Chi not have the same rights that, like, a human might because she's a zombie? Is that what they're saying? Because, like you can't just, like, get the Millet to do anything, right? You have to get... Not the Millet. It is the Millet, isn't it? Yes. Right? No. Yes? Yes. Wait. Hold on a second here. Wait, we're pausing now because now I'm doubting myself. It's the middle of that, isn't it? Why am I doubting myself? The middle of that. Yeah, the middle less. Yeah. Why did I doubt myself? I guess there's just so many different cultures that sometimes it's like I doubt myself a little bit. Don't doubt yourself, Calvin. Yeah, so we can't just get the middle left because it's not a human abduction. Is that it?
On his neck has no filter at all. Don't worry. I didn't lift a finger against it. I won't go as far as getting into a quarrel with a snake.
I like reading difficult and abstruse books and seeing others scratch their heads in confusion.
Okay.
I'm only joking. I don't delight in others' misery. And rarely do I encounter a book that's difficult for me.
Okay. Way to good. Honestly, we let him brag though. We let him brag.
Remember Dr. Baiju's face.
Yeah.
But I don't mind.
Tighnari and Kale never said it to my face. But they found Kave's personal anecdotes far more entertaining than the jokes I had prepared. I could see it on their faces.
No!
Gotta say, though, I can't stand his sense of humor.
No, he's so funny.
It really makes my skin crawl. If he ever invites you to a meal at Tighnari's place, make sure someone's bringing beer. Because no one should have to endure Sino's humor while sober.
Oh, but he's so funny.
Sino's jokes are composed using modern words and language patterns. But I still struggle to decipher any hidden meaning from his grammar and prose. Huh?
Oh no.
It's all just literal meanings and homophones?
She was trying to decipher his bad jokes.
Then those jokes don't have any substance at all.
Nobody questions my leadership in the game.
That's brilliant.
What I say goes.
Does it?
Except when it comes to Shinobu.
Yeah, I was thinking of her right away.
Everything I say. And not only that, all the hard-earned loot I bring back and share with everyone, she goes and returns it. But also, she gets me out of jail and out of every mess we get ourselves into, so I'll let it slide. Besides, I don't want to get on her bad side. An angry Shinobu would make my life.
I remember that picture. No, like, honestly, she's so right. She takes care of you boys so much. She does so much for you boys.
Are we officially friends? What, so this sort of thing needs official documentation now? Okay then. Well, hand over your friendship certificate.
Are you serious?
I assume it'll need my signature.
Most
We got a friendship
people are
certificate?
wary of interacting with me. Perhaps they're afraid. Or maybe they think I'm difficult to get along
No.
with. I hope to keep things this way.
Barbecued fish made with my own secret recipe.
What's the recipe?
Okay, so the secret recipe is exploding the fish out of the water. They're fully cooked by the time they land. But it's a secret, right?
Please,
So
I'm destroyed.
you don't get to tell
I won't tell anybody.
Just pretend like you don't even know.
I don't know.
I've seen him lean over to you and whisper things in your ear. If he dares threaten you, I
Wait,
will make
Zig
sure
Show?
he... Huh?
Oh.
You mean it's just an in
No, he
between
pokes and
friends?
prods. She was going to beat up Zig Show for
Genuinely,
us.
I can't stand a rich broth. The flavor is too overpowering. It's so filling you can't train or fight afterward. And also, it doesn't really work as field rations. Simply put, broth and I are sworn enemies.
If you want to split
love you,
hairs,
Eula.
then yes, these courses would be considered as dissemination of information by the academia. But what are they gonna do? Lock me up?
Oh
I
my
dare
god.
them.
He's
We'll
like,
see how
what
many
about
patients
it?
suffering from weird and wonderful ailments start flooding into the Bimarstan every day.
He knows. He
Now
knows
there's
they can't
even
do
a rumor
anything.
going
Oh,
around
our boy
saying that
Goro.
if you want top dog Goro's victorious luck, give his pointy ears a rub. There will be no rubbing of my ears, and that's final.
I don't know about
if
that.
they think they can smile their way into persuading me otherwise, well, they've got another thing coming. Hey,
Are we rubbing his
what are you
ears?
doing? Not you too. Come on now, I thought.
Oh, the little whimper. I love those voice lines so much. They make me laugh so much. And like, it's not just like, it's like it's not just that they're funny. They add so much to the characters. They so do. Like the clean lines are the most hilarious thing in the world. But like hearing the way I'll hate them and Kave talk about each other is like so expected. The way Shenhe like was ready to fight Xing Shou, even though Xing Shou is not a bully. Xing Shou is the type of person that like pokes and prods and makes fun. He's that one friend that like, you know, like after every night out, he's like, "Did I take it too far?" And you're like, "No, it's fine. It's fine. You sure? You sure I didn't take it too far?" Is that you know, like because he's always poking and prodding at people. Like he always is poking, and Xiangyun is like so like prime and ready to be made fun of just because he's so gullible, and that's why Xing Shou does it. So clearly Xing Shou also like makes fun of us as well in our ear, like whispers funny things in our ear, and then Shenhe saw him and was like, "I'm gonna kick the living crap out of this guy." That's so sweet. That's such a sweet moment from, you know, even though it's like, I'm going to beat this guy up, but it's like, it's a very sweet thing. Thank you so much for sending in, Sir FJ. That was really fun. It's always fun to see those. It really is. The next video is sent in by Hastur of the Void. And so I don't know if you had reacted to anything Xenovan, but you've seen stuff from the artist Canterbury before. Here, my favorite one of the works. One of my favorite one of the works. By the way, they can write. I'm reading it so wrong. I'm so bad. I come back to this one all the time because it's so beautiful. It's loosely based on a fan fiction, but it's loose enough that you don't need context, and the video does a great job of speaking for itself. I hope you enjoy. Let's check it out. I'm proper excited to see whenever I see any. So wait, so Shaovan. That's a ship name. That's a ship name. I was like, is that an artist? Shaovan, wow. Angel Baby Genshin Impact Animatic by Katana Berry.
I need a lover to keep me sane.
Oh my god, this art. Oh my god, look at this. Xiao. It's Xiao and Venti. It's Xiao. Oh my god, the art is so beautiful. It's like a canvas. Wait. Did they? Oh my god. Have you ever seen him look so delicate? Ever? Have you ever seen Venti look so delicate? The way they're doing the rain as well, like it's actually gorgeous. I'm going between this is beautiful and so sad because please do not. And then he saw him once. Xiao. Oh my lord. I didn't know this was a popular. Is this a popular ship? I didn't know this. Maybe I did. Maybe this. I think this actually was. I think someone said this before for sure. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I think we probably saw some sort of video on this before. Oh, and yes, I get it. I understand. Oh no. This is a perfect relationship. I'm sorry. This is what you want. The perfect drum kit as well. This is so sweet. So, this is by an artist who actually is doing such a good job with this stuff again. And I always say is by the way, if anyone if anyone is watching this and you're an artist or you made these videos, please let me know. I always put credit in the description below and your video will be in the description below. But by God, and it's happened before, someone's been like, hey, I don't really like people reacting to this. Let me know and I will cut it out of the video. I don't know. I'll just say this now. I probably should say it in the description. I'll say it in the description every single video. So just let me know. Or if you want as well, just take the money off the video. Copyright it, man. Because already it's already copyrighted, so get your share of whatever it is. If you want to do that too, you can do that. My full permission to put a claim on the video. It's such beautiful art. It's so wait, I just noticed they're different. Oh my god, I paused at this moment. Tracing the tattoo. That's something you do when you're either bored, but it's someone you really trust that you can do it with, and it's always a very tingly feeling. I don't have a tattoo, but when someone traces your arm, such a tingly feeling. Counting the tattoos on your skin, oh my god. Every frame I could hang up. I could hang up every frame in my home. I almost died. Please allow. No way, is that alcohol? Is that alcohol? Is it? Of course. Oh my god, the mask adds so much to it. It feels like it's very much in modern times now, right? And it's almost like it feels real, because it's just such a normal situation. And he's sweating. Sorry to give him the word forever. Oh my god. You gave up heaven, literally, down on earth with everyone. Look at this art. Is that Sing Shou? And it's Sean Yun. I don't know who this other character is, but that's Sing Shou and Sean Yun. Wait, unless this is is this Venti, but with a different hairstyle? Am I? No, because Venti's the singer. Wait, but that's Sing Shou. I need that hairstyle in the game. I need it in the game. Are you kidding me? This is so sweet. This is so sweet. I cannot believe. Look at it. Look at Xiao. Look at Xiao. Katana Berry pulled off one of the prettiest things I've ever seen in my goddamn life in terms of art. It's insane. Is that Liyue or is that Inazuma, do you think? I'm guessing Liyue if it's like, oh my god, there's little Barbados. How did they do this? It's gorgeous. Oh, both one-winged angels. Oh my god. Very cool stuff. I'm so impressed. Oh, and then like the different ages? Is that what they're doing? No, I'm so impressed by that. I'm so impressed by that. Katana Berry did an unbelievable job with the art of that, and like for me, like it's just like because it's so different. It's so different from like a lot. Like, because the thing is, we see beautiful artistry every single day on this show, every single week on the show. Like we do. Like of course we do. And I think we're always like very happy to see such like amazing artistry. Of course we are. But like what's so amazing about this here is that it's like looks like it's on a canvas, right? It looks so soft. They made Venti look so delicate, which like I think is how it kind of works, especially for models. If he's doing modeling, have you ever met someone who does modeling, and like they are like when they are taking pictures, it's like, whoa, you're literally like an angel. You were literally like sent from heaven. Like it could be your friend. You're like, I remember I had a friend who was a model, and like I remember she was doing like just amateur stuff, and I was just like, it's like who is like not who is this in a visual way, but just like in a very presence way where you're like, who the hell is this? Yeah, and I don't really know like Venti Shao ships. I never really like thought about them really. But this makes me want to think about them, I suppose. Really beautiful stuff. Really, really beautiful art. The song as well felt like a song you hear as a child, and then like you think about it then like every once in a while you're like, oh, remember that song? You look it up on YouTube. Does that make sense? Maybe not. But thank you so much for sending in that video. Haster from the Void. Thank you so much. The next video sent in from Solvix and has more Final Fantasy XIV. Let's check it out. So Final Fantasy XIV. Oh. Different vibe right away. Man, these vibes are like catching me.
And boundless possibilities.
Yeah? A Final Fantasy X player in me is going crazy.
I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
Oh, such a cool design. This song is awesome. This is one of those Final Fantasy songs that you go like, man, this is, you know, like this is the one that you like it's like me listening to Final Fantasy X music. Or the Simple and Clean from from Kingdom Hearts or something, right? Or maybe it's just for this trailer. Maybe it's not in any of the games. Who knows? What are these guys?
Come now. There's no cause for panic.
Was he leading them? Big Beastie. Big Beastie. We love a Big Beastie, don't we?
This one might make for a
Not even phased is this guy, by the way. Not even phased by this big monster that's about to attack him. For me, I would do this thing called run. Very interesting transition, right, with this monster they caught. The music's giving this trailer such like a very like it's a frantic energy, but like it because it's not frantic in the visuals all the time here, it's very vibrant to me. Like it's very, very like outgoing and vibrant. Very lively is probably the word we're looking for. I have such an appreciation as well, by the way, for Final Fantasy in the periphery all the freaking time, because while I don't play Final Fantasy 14 and like Final Fantasy 16 wasn't my type of bag, I really didn't enjoy it that much. I'd say like just like again before I kind of like any Final Fantasy 16 fan goes like, wait, how? Like I enjoyed like 50% of it, if that makes sense. But the other part just wasn't for me. It just wasn't. But like, say like there's parts of it, if I could make a video about the parts I liked, because I did finish it. I finished the entire game, so obviously there's stuff I enjoyed. But I still like respect the hell out of Final Fantasy, you know? Just like I respect the hell out of Final Fantasy 14. Great design. 10 out of 10. I think this music is doing such a great justice to the visuals. So I'm wondering, is this like a world you can visit? Because there's like battles going on here. It seems like maybe there's new bosses they implemented to the game or something. Because the trailer itself says Dawn Trail. So I wonder if that's just an expansion they had for the game. Wow, 10 out of 10 designs coming out of the woodwork here. Everywhere.
Might you have a moment to speak further?
Oh my god, I love it. White hair just gets me, right? When you're trying to act cool and your best friend comes along. We can shave that beard on this guy. We can shave it a little bit. Or we can grow a mustache. Yeah, I'm so interested in the dynamic of this trailer, because to me, the dynamic of this trailer is like, it's trying to show a very lively city, a very lively action, very lively setting, while also like, you know, implementing like some very like, you know, like how does it, like a very lively setting, very lively city, very like cool, like things going on. Everything feels very loud and like over the top. And then you cut to this where like it's way more like of an intimate fight, even though it still is a very lively fight mixed with the music, but it's just a different energy completely. It goes from like enjoyable energy to like a very sinister energy very quickly, which I think probably is how Final Fantasy 14 is sometimes, maybe, especially since it's an MMO, right? You're gonna be doing lots of varied stuff throughout the entire game. What a shot. It's a pretty city. Oh, wow, that's nice. Yeah, gotta get some food. Oh, I look bad. That's so cute. That's such a great feeling though when you're at like a festival. Oh my god, look at you! Adorable. When you go to a festival and you take a bite out of like the really local food and you're like, oh my god. Really cool part of the song. I always love that too, like their own entertainment in the game, like in the game itself, right? It's germane to the game. Does that make sense? Like it's like it makes the world building feel so good because of like it's like something that's to this game itself. It's not like anything. It's so unique to this game. Like this entertainment doesn't really happen in real life. The high vocals. Like, this is gorgeous. What would you even call this? Like, water fireworks? Waterworks? Whoa. Oh my god, that was bright. Excuse me. Glorious. Gorgeous. It's a nice CG trailer, right? Because obviously the game looks different, right? And it goes back to here again.
Look, my friends.
10 out of 10 designs.
Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
Oh my god, I love the British voice as well.
Adventures. I trust you have not forgotten the true purpose of our voyage.
This is a good song. It's a great song for this. Who's this? Beast. Good way, non-derogatory. Is that the main character? But like the new hair looks so good on him. I'm sorry, but that is an improvement. Solvix, if you're watching this, that is an improvement. No, that's awesome. Summer 2024, so that's like recent. That's a pretty recent expansion then. So I'm wondering then, like, if I know it is a recent expansion, obviously it's a recent expansion, but I'm wondering then, like, how was it received? Now, I know for a fact, like, I used to watch this guy called Michael Damiani, and he used to, like, watch all this stuff and play this game. He still plays this game like crazy. So I'm wondering, like, how well received this whole thing was. I say it was well received at this stage. You know what I mean? Of course. But no, I thought the CG trailer was cool. I think it's one of those things where it's like if I had the time, like, it would make you want to jump in. Like, and that's the best trailer so far. And I feel like the music was so good for it. The town looks so lively. It made you want to explore that town. I want to explore that place. I want to see all the characters in there. I want to meet all the characters in there. Can you play this solo? I know it sounds so depressing. Like, none of my friends would play this. They just won't. They probably, now my friends do play it, but they're in different countries. So like organizing it would probably be pretty difficult. And they play it like, I always see them go online playing Final Fantasy 14 when I'm like about to go to sleep. I'm like there like midnight and I'm about to turn off the PlayStation and I see like playing Final Fantasy 14, you know? So maybe it wouldn't work for me like that. But I definitely think it's cool. Best trailer yet. Thank you so much, Solvix, for sending that in. The next video is sent in by Katsith and is Aether's interview to become a Fatui Harbinger. Hope it goes well. This is interesting. Super interesting. Oh my god, the suit. Is that Ito as well? Okay, nice shoes. Right?
Oh, you got this, Aaron?
Aaron.
For the biggest and the most elite company in the whole world is one of the bravest
Yeah, you got this.
ever done.
We believe in you.
This be another breeze for you.
The sweat.
Don't be silly. You fought dragons, ancient gods, and
The
countless strong people.
Can I just say, interviews are one of the most nerve-wracking things in the whole world. If you've ever like, I don't know, like whenever I had to do interviews, I was always just like, oh my god. And like, I always was so nervous during them.
Okay, compared to all that, right?
Huh?
How'd you do?
Why does it look so
Wait,
familiar?
is that Vaughn? Vaughn! It's Ayato. I thought it was Vaughn with the hair for a second.
Not at all. Saw nothing.
Ito got kicked out. I thought it was Vaughn because like maybe Vaughn's trying to infiltrate them from the inside.
And that's basically all I can say.
I'll hate them. Told a sob story? No way. All these characters.
So prepared and everything.
No, Betty, it's okay. I love the interpretation of these characters. That's so good. Who's interviewing for you? Oh my god, of course, all the Harbingers. Where's Child? Go to Child. Where is he? Child's not doing the interview, apparently. And her Signora!
Awfully familiar.
So here it looks like we have your resume and your experiences under Adventures Guild Incorporated.
That's really pretty, actually. Self-taught. Education, self-taught.
Kind of been everywhere. I went there, went here, went.
I love this. Oh my god, this is adorable. This is so adorable.
I can do a lot of stuff if you need me to.
That's great. Look at the way they're showing this.
I'm really good at fighting.
It's really good.
I guess you could say I'm a jack of all trades.
Yeah, you are. You're doing very well.
Actually going outside and exploring?
No can do, but I can sure give a happy desk.
Aaron, let me get straight to the point. As you are aware, we have recently lost 2 valuable employees.
Yes.
One is currently overseeing all interviews, and the other shall not be named.
Do you think you can handle taking on both of their shares?
Oh my god, what's this?
Just leave, or should I say nothing?
just flex. Just flex. This is so adorable. It's so cute.
Let's put him to the test to see if he's actually capable.
Alright, gotta go fast.
Wait, he's actually showing off his proficiency here?
Keep going, almost done, and done.
Well done, well done.
Thanks.
Oh my god, the bleeding
That
nose.
was it.
No, he did great. He did great. I think it's so interesting, like Signora haunting us beyond the grave, but still a very adorable video. And I think what's so funny, like about some of the like really like the portrayal of the characters here is that it doesn't have to be. You know, I love videos. They don't have to take themselves too seriously. I think it's like, you know, a good mix between the both, and that's where Roman Reacts is so fun sometimes. It's like we have videos like this, and we have the videos like the Xiao one with Venti, and like it'll be always like a really good mix. I love it. Look at all these other challenges he's doing with the balloon. Keep the balloon safe. Adding this music too. Unimpressed. Signora does not care.
Well, that was still boring.
Okay.
If you're so unimpressed, how about I take you on for the next try?
Signora is...
Bring it on.
Wait, Danganronpa?
Huh?
Oh my god.
As you can see, profit margins are up.
Look at this. I think that was Danganronpa.
Well, that was still boring.
If you're so unimpressed,
Or it's
how
like
about I
the
take
style of
you on
Danganronpa before the trial starts.
Bring it on.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh?
The suit looks so nice with the glasses too. Is he imagining what life will be like working for them?
See, profit margins are up.
Wait, they all stared at him? Did he get the job? He's holding his fists out. Oh my god.
So, we have ourselves a deal?
Did he do it? Did he do it? Did he do it?
Hello, everybody.
Oh, his child.
I'm back with the tea.
Oh, he's gonna know him right away.
Hey, Aether, what's up? What are you doing here?
No! Of course that's why he's not there.
Aether, you are the traveler.
So we're gonna go. Thanks for the interview.
Dragon 512. That was so adorable. It was so cool, and I think what's so neat, like about like again, like I said, videos like that, is just that they're so like it's such a different portrayal of characters we love so much, but like it plays into their personalities and turns them up to like 14 or 15. I was like thinking, I was like, where's Child? Where could Child be in this situation? And then it makes sense. Like if he was there, he would catch us out right away, and be like, oh, that's him, and he's not gonna hide it either. Like especially the way he acts around us, like he loves us to bits. I was chuckling, I was smiling from ear to ear through the whole video. That was so sweet to see. And I don't know why you'd want to become a Futui Harbinger, maybe to infiltrate them as well. Maybe it's just, again, just a joke that is super funny. Maybe everyone was trying to infiltrate them, but even Ayato was trying to get in there too. The little hair that was falling as well down beside them. That was really cool. Thank you so much for sending in, Katsith. The next video is sent in by Scenic Season, a totally useful and definitely not satirical guide to Bloom reactions. So I'm going to be doing Bloom very soon with some characters, so I appreciate this video. Let's go. Again, a different art style every single minute in this video.
Woohoo!
How to. Dendroseed reactions guide, bottom text. I'm currently, I'll show the team more off in the Thursday video, but I'm currently using a team that does Bloom reactions. And it's actually very fun. It's probably one of the most fun teams I've ever created. And I'll show you off, you'll see it in the Thursday video. I don't want to spoil anything. I think it's fun to like see it when you get there. But it is really, really fun. Yeah, I'm having a blast with them. Having a blast. I hate reading. Me. Unless it's voice lines. So me. I like reading voice lines. No, I like reading voice lines and letters. I love letters as well, and books. We haven't read books in a while though. We should probably get back into it at some point. It's just so hard when there's so much stuff to do. So this is creating the Bloom reaction when you hit it when water mixes with Dendro. And there's Nilu. So instead of reading what to do, it's a very like cool, almost like PS1 era cutscene style on this.
Wow.
Like, you know, like the art they used to do, like the, not the flash art, what would you call it? Like, remember like in like, it almost like reminds you of Parappa the Rappa in a way. Oh, you can see the lights. Music's so good. Because bloom reactions are working so well for them. Congratulations, girls. Is that Ito? No, he's not Jen. Ito's not dumb. Ito's smart. How'd Zhang Li get here? No, bring him out of prison. Who's out in prison with him? What? Oh. Wait, are they saying that not many people use Noelle? Is that what they're saying? Or did she need like a drink with the... Oh, she doesn't have any artifacts? That's depressing. This just where are all the random art? Oh no. Do people like, I think Noelle like was my first ever, like it's everyone's first ever character, right? What the hell? This took a turn. Buff Geo, please. Is that because not many people use Geo? You got a wish? Okay. No, very interesting, cool way of like showing, I guess like in a way, like it is satirical. But it actually does like, you know, help a little bit if you want to just like learn how to use blue, the tiniest bit. I think for me, like I still had to like, for me, how I figured out how to use, like I didn't understand it still fully. And like, I think I understood it, but it's one of those things where you need someone to like give you like a little bit of a heads up about it. So I went into like my Patreon chats and I was like, look, just so if anyone wants to explain exactly how bloom reactions work, that'd be fantastic. And if not, that's cool too. And someone like really like explained it. I think it was at the time it was Victoria, who submits videos in this series as well. Explained exactly how to do it. And I was kind of like, okay, now it's like literally, I'm not even joking. The team I have assembled is so fun. It's so crazy fun. Now they won't be at their most powerful because obviously like their talents aren't fully leveled up. But they will be like, it's gonna be a really cool thing. I guarantee you that like I'm gonna have fun at least. And that's something. Yeah, this is really neat. It is like one of those things where like at the end it became very depressing because like I always like look at my characters who are on the bench. Like I look at Goru like once a day and I'm like, man, I need him on the team. Is it true that like I think it's true like Geo is probably like, is that like the least used of the elements? Because I know like if you want to use Ito, you need to have like a bunch of other Geo characters. But I wonder for you guys, like if actually that's a good question. Like tell me like when you're, whatever any other comment you want to do, if you want to tell me like what's the most used you use as well for your characters. For me, it's definitely Animo, I'd say, right? I'd say it's Animo is the most used at this stage. But yeah, thank you so much for sending in Scenic Season. The next video is sent in by Cosmic Catloaf, and it is the character demo for Furina, All Worlds a Stage. All the Worlds a Stage. Let's check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most spectacular show in the history of Fontaine.
Yeah.
Please put your hands
Look at the animation. They always do really well in this stuff, though, don't they? It's very rare we have a bad animation for the demos and the teasers. Oh, there she is. I absolutely adore her. Hat over the face as well. The little kick. Oh my god, she's fabulous. She's fabulous. I'm sorry, she's fabulous. Look at her. She is perfect in every way. Oh, I should do a little test.
Chords are ready. Blood sugar replenished. Let the show.
She is fabulous. And look at that with the old style background as well. Like the silent movies. My dear Vasa is not that you can lightly handle. Fret not. I want to read exactly what that said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to. My dear vassal, this is not a foe you can lightly handle. Fret not, for it is I who shall dispose of such a foul beast. We actually get to see some combat from Furina, which I think is very cool. Oh, we got the bubble. We got to use Furina before, by the way. So it's not like it's gonna be like brand new. We got to use her in the trial before. Her moves are seriously very cool. Her she's I'm sorry, but like her presentation of just like how like again the word this is fabulous. She's fabulous. Look at the little kicks, little pirouettes. Ah! And the little hugs as well. And her like arms are so little, so when she's doing little taps, like it's so adorable too. The different colors as well. It's like again, like you know, as you said, she lives to like please people around her, right? She lives to make these people happy. Dear Christ. Dear Archon. There's the cameras. This trailer is so interesting to me because it's like, this demo is so interesting to me because it's like it's perfectly encapsulating what I have felt about Furina this whole time while also adding like a very fun flair to it, right? It just feels like this is the side of the performance that is like really beautiful, which is the side where she gets to have fun and gets to have like a like very lively, like, you know, even in battle, it's very fun for her. Because so far for her performances, they've been so fabulous. It's so cool to see her. I love the pomp and passion. You guys know I do. But then there's also like this sad undertone to it. So it's nice to see this part as well, you know? But the thing is, the all world's a stage kind of like... Look at her. She's incredible. Like, she's incredible, this child. Wait, can she actually do that? Maybe not. Oh, she's taking pictures of everyone as they go by here. So freaking cool. And everyone's showing up to the performance. This is incredible. And she's sitting down and they're all battling. The music. No, I'm sorry. No, this is one of the best demos ever. Easily. It's so good. No, that has to be like... I have to say, that's probably my favorite demo, right, so far. I have to say, that's definitely my favorite demo. And I think that this game understands that too. Like they went all out with this performance here, the music, the way that she's moving around. Again, there is like, of course, I think always like a sad undertone to like some parts of her performance. That's why it's good to always like have this kind of like demo as well, where like we can see a very fun aspect of it. Now here's the thing, like her whole like demeanor was fun from the first second we found her, right? But obviously, I'm just talking about the other aspects of it. So I think now, like, it's nice to, like I said, to focus on like the parts that are really strong about her as well, which is that she is a great performer. She's fantastic at it. Like, she's absolutely fabulous. And I think it's so cool seeing this. Thank you so much for sending in. That was awesome to see. Cosmic Cat Love. I think I'm going to be like thinking about this like all day. That final part with the song was so good. Like the way like I like my blood almost like was like not, like boiling in a good way. You know, like you feel like really flustered. I was like, oh my, I can't believe to do is like I thought everyone was going to do a dance number, but then it was almost even cooler that everyone was fighting while she was like sitting on the bubble and then dancing around the lamppost. It's very her. It's very her in a lot of situations as well. And I wonder as well, like if they are trying to say like, you know, she's going around taking pictures of people when there's like a lot of bad stuff happening. I wonder if there is something to that too. But we'll see if there is. Thank you so much for sending it in, Cosmic Cat Love. The next video is sent in by Emerald, and it's Splish Splash. This is the 4.0 version trailer. Personally, I love watching these for the music. So this was we're gone past 4.0, right? We definitely are. Let's check it out. So I usually watch these trailers afterwards.
I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
So that's they're just trying to show what they're trying to portray the prophecy here. Right, the idea that like, you know, like they're saying only the Archon will remain, they're showing like what would look like if she was weeping on the throne. That's crazy.
And acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Oh, they're showing off Fontaine. It's so pretty.
Do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
And there's Navia talking about her ideals already.
To the people
Steambird.
of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance
The massive amount of posters they put up.
Welcome one and all to the Opera Epiclese. Watch carefully now. Blink and you might miss it.
And they're showing Lenny too. Yeah, the music's very interesting because they mentioned, Emerald mentioned the music, how cool it is, and I guess it is like, you know, this would be the first, maybe the first place you're hearing the music, maybe? And they're showing off Lindy's combat as well. It's because they do this in the trailers, right? They show off like some of the new characters you're going to meet there as well, which I think is really neat.
And over here is my sister.
Yeah,
Lynette,
look at the
who will be
spotlight
working as
following
my
the hat.
wonderful assistant.
Now, personally, like, I don't like watching these trailers until afterwards. Like, that's the way I like to do it personally. Like, everyone has a different way of doing things. I never judge anyone for doing it the other way. That's just the way I like doing it. And it's always a really nice experience seeing what they showed beforehand. You know? Man, we're gonna get to use Lynette soon, too. I'm actually currently leveling up, Linny.
Here comes the finale.
Or at least trying to. Like, I want to make sure all my other characters are, like, spick and span before we, like, start leveling up Linny for sure. They showed this? Wow. Super interesting. I didn't think they would. They showed the easel, of course, but you wouldn't know the context of the easel either, right? At the time. Oh, they showed this boss! There's Fremine.
Spend some time at the bottom of the sea in peace.
Getting gear.
If there's any, like I was gonna say, if there's any locations that I haven't seen yet in this, the basic way I'm gonna do it is like I'm just gonna move on and like not even think about them. You know what I mean? I think that's the best way to do it.
Going under.
If you look up at the sky from far enough underwater, even the sun is soft on the ice. These fossils are all that's left of these beautiful creatures. I wonder how long before the rest of the world becomes part of this underwater museum, too.
Wait. Who am I?
These guys dancing as well.
The water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately?
Rain. It's raining.
We must
The rain,
know
it's
all
raining.
we can about this nation's secrets in
Like, that was
order
such a
to deal
beautiful
with that
moment as well.
prophesized crisis.
And this was such a crazy moment too.
Is this part of the show?
You gotta be kidding.
What happened?
Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial.
Oh my god, this trial was, and then remember this, like the saving of her as well.
Everything you know, and seek the protection of the gods.
Absolutely crazy moment.
It's a whole army of Gardamex.
I believe this is indeed the finale.
Man, the music change here as well.
Beloved drama while turning a
So
blind eye
pretty.
to the suffering of the people.
In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
And a child jumping down as well.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke.
Oh, they even had this moment. They had this moment in the trailer?
Your rules. Well,
Wait,
I've got
this was
mine
in the
too.
trailer. That is insane. Again, like for me, like that's like showing a lot, in my opinion. And there's even like a little event here that just looks pretty cool. But yeah, then again, I guess people, I don't even think that's even out of context, in my opinion. The trailer for that, the idea of child showing up there, because I wouldn't have known that unless I watched the trailer, because that was a big surprise for me. It's such a great moment. That's why I don't like to watch the trailers beforehand, because I feel like it makes for a better Let's Play for me. Because for you guys, like, I feel like it's much better to like be so surprised by everything that's happening going forward. Yeah, that's my opinion anyway. I know some people feel differently about that, but like, seeing child there, like, that's a big moment. In my opinion. And in the underwater stuff, I guess I would have, if I watched this as well, I would have known you could go underwater. That's why I always argue, like, for me, like, not using trailers is not watching trailers beforehand. I will stand by it for this Let's Play. Obviously, like, I've watched trailers before for games that I like, but I only usually watch one trailer and then that's it. But, like, for me, makes for a better Let's Play. So I'm kind of glad I don't. But that trailer was pretty crazy though. The music in it was really awesome. Like how the music changed when we saw the dancers come along as well. The big story moments it changed too, which I also thought was really nice. They showed like a lot of the characters as well as they fought through the game too. I think it gives a good introduction to a lot of characters without giving stuff away. I think like stuff like the stuff with like say like Navia or like stuff like the trial, that stuff can be kind of out of context sometimes because it's like, oh, there's a trial. We knew that it's the land of justice, which I didn't know that either, which is also very cool to go into it too. But I'm glad to see these afterwards because it obviously gives me a good indication of like what you guys were shown. And you guys let me know how you felt about it because obviously it's different from your guys' perspective because you're looking at it from someone who actually did see the trailer at the time, while I'm looking at it from the perspective who's watching it afterwards, probably has more context for everything. Thank you so much for sending in, Emerald. The next video was sent in by Primo Hiko, and it is a fan-made anime intro for the Chinese Hoyo Fair. Oh, that sounds really cool. Let's check it out. It's always really cool to check this stuff out, like anime intros. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at these characters. Look at Paimon. Oh my god, Paimon. She looks so fabulous. Look at the two of them. I was crazy. I was crazy. Look at them. Look at them. Look at these outfits. Amazing. And look at Paimon. She looks so great. Oh my god, is that fun? And Amber having fun with Yula as well. Was that Mika's? Oh my god, Getching. Everyone looks so freaking fabulous. Are you kidding me? Shangling is... Oh my god, look at Albedo. Of course, they look... Venti. Venti, my love. Venti, my love. Look at Venti. Look at this. I need you to look. Look at Venti, my love. Benny, no. Is that a Razor as well? Everyone looks so freaking stylish. What the hell are you talking about? Yai, Miko, and Yai, Miko, and A together. That's so great. And there's Sarah as well. Fremine. Fremine. That is the best outfit I've seen in my life. She's gonna shout at you. Look at the outfit. Look at Fremine's outfit. Are you kidding me? Even Linny and Lynette are going less formal. Everyone's so freaking stylish. What the freaking hell? What the hell is happening? Everyone's so stylish. Paimon nearly drowned again. Xiao is a lifeguard. Oh my freaking god. Xiao is a freaking lifeguard. Sino puts on more clothes. This is super sweet. This is so sweet. Official and Mona racing each other. Is that Shinari going? Oh, daughter, father, like. And Kokomi. There's so much to look at. Look at Zingsho! And Chi-Chi drinking a coconut. No! She's so funny. I'm so happy when Paimon got to wear that outfit. That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. Some of the best outfits ever. So many stylish characters. I'm like smiling from ear to ear. This is what Roman Reacts does to me. I am so happy. So unbelievably over the moon. Oh my god. Did you see all their outfits? Like, did you see Fremine's outfit and the way Venti looked? And then Sino puts on more clothes, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's such a Sino thing to do. Shinari and Kalei swimming together. It keeps getting more and more fabulous. It really is. You guys know I love seeing stuff like that. I love seeing videos of characters who like show up for like, who have like their own like new style and this new version of themselves. It really does mean the world to me. It does. That was awesome. That was so awesome. And even like Yai and A together, like buying bras together is a very sweet moment as well. Very sweet. Thank you so much for sending in Primo Hiko. That was awesome. That was really nice. The next video is sent in by Geonave, and it's throwback to 3 Genshin regions. Venti being a multilingual is very lovely. Let's check it out. I have no idea what this is. So it's singing about the 3 Genshin regions we've been in so far. Benny. We've been in 4 Genshin regions before. Oh my god, look at the god, Benny. Fischl, she's a star. We always knew it. We always knew Fischl was a star. We always knew it. Hu Tao, greatest hip-hop artist of our generation, someone say. Zing shows boots, I can know them anywhere. Yeah, some say Hu Tao is the greatest hip-hop artist of any generation, which is great, right? It's so great to have like a hip-hop artist in Genshin who is like better than any hip-hop artist who ever lived. Sean Yun! But that's a joke, by the way. Because like hip-hop as like a cultural thing is such a diverse thing as well. And like, well, it's actually such like a very like not even diverse, like it's a very cultural thing that is so like, you know, it has so much history in it. So I want to make sure people know I'm making a joke. I appreciate hip hop quite a bit. I would say my favorite hip hop artist is probably Tyler, the Creator. But then again, that's probably like, you know, he's a very popular one. It's not like I'm being niche with this, you know. This is so sweet. It's alright inside of you. You is the eternity, I believe. It's so interesting seeing them all singing together, right? True. This is like a rock opera they're doing here. No, it's pretty sweet, isn't it? And crossing over time and space is trying to tell us something. Oh, wow. Solo from Venti. Is that a bass he's playing? Yeah, they did say like you were saying like it like multilingual. So cool. I'm saying like you chased this as well, right? Gora's so happy. Venti the star here. Very sweet stuff, isn't it? It's very sweet. Although I know this is just a very cute song, it does feel like it's describing like, you know, what could happen in Genshin eventually, like, you know, everyone's path. Oh, it's something for Ruby. The paths emerging into one. I think that's actually a really cool concept, and I feel like that happens a lot in Genshin, where it's like all of our fates are intertwined and they're constantly meeting with each other. And it's just a really sweet thing to talk about, like, you know, all the again 3 different regions, the 3 past regions. Even like was this before even Sumeru, which is interesting. So that must have been made a while back, actually. Yeah, another very cool video. I think they're just like, yeah, it's very sweet and describes exactly how I feel when it comes to how like all the characters meet and constantly are meeting. It's really neat. The next video is sent in by, thank you so much for that, by the way. I actually really like seeing videos that like, I don't know, that are like, that kind of make you reminisce a little bit, Geonave. But thank you so much for sending in. Thank you. The next video is sent in by Stereoscopy, and is Ruby Season 5 trailers 1 and 2 for Roma Reacts. Let's check it out. So for 3 seasons, Ruby used Smith Micro's Poser for character animation. Sorry, you're not seeing this. And Maya for the environments. But the team at Rooster Teeth eventually moved to Autodesk, Maya, and Blender for better flexibility, control, and efficiency. For Season 5, Rooster Teeth released their 4 character trailers featuring the main girls. I want to share them with you to show you how much animation has improved since the days of the early series. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Let's check it out. I'm very interested to see how much it has improved. Oh, you gave me time to read this. You're actually a good editor. I'm the dumb one. This happens every time in these videos. I pause the video and then like, and people give me time to read it, and I'm like, God damn it. So there's a little Red Riding Hood aspects as well, isn't it? That I think are so interesting. Like, just basing on fairy tales in a not cheesy way is already a triumph to me. Because it could have easily been cheesy, right? Oh, Burning Village as well here. Which is never good, right? Like it's always like some evil force doing this. Jesus. And like the way they like portray like, you know, the violence in the show is actually like very artistic, I think, sometimes. Even like when it's cutting, like their characters are cutting through things like that, it's still like a very like artistic energy to it. Now, already the difference I'm noticing here for me, first of all, is that it's clearer. It looks, even though I didn't think it looked bad before, it looks like almost like a real, like, I know it sounds so bad to say, it looks like it's almost like a real show that you'd see on TV, which I think is very cool. Is it one of those things, Stereoscopy, do you think that, like for me, I wouldn't notice it until I seen this. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even notice that it wasn't, that the other one wasn't like up to up to code until I'd see this, right? Like I didn't even notice the other one like wasn't as clear, but now this looks so clear. Oh, the music as well. Yeah, they do a good job with this, like mixing the music in with the combat as well. Fast, it is. Oh, it is. They were definitely trying to show off here, right? I mean, that's not a bad thing about that, like, you know, because it is a lot more fluid as well, right? Definitely, you can see a difference for sure. Stereoscopy, because I'm talking to Stereoscopy directly because they said that you could see a difference, and I do agree. Jesus Christ. Like even like little things like that. Like again, I haven't watched the show, so I don't know if this. What the hell? He grabbed her by the head. And the music here is ramping up too. I wonder what people's thoughts was when this first came out and like the changes that happened and how like different it looked. Like, cause this would have like been like an exciting time for a RWBY fan. Oh my god. Is she okay? This dude, wait, all the different like pedals like before. So freaking neat, man. No, that's really neat. That's like that moment there. Because I wasn't expecting it, because I was wondering, like, is he gonna do a sneak, like, I didn't think a sneak attack from the freaking clock. through the moon. Very cool. Very cool stuff. Right. What do you have to do to get rid of this guy?
Ruby, we saw smoke.
This is cool UI. Who are these characters? Who's pretty man with the red streak?
You better hurry.
Oh, but no fear. No fear. Yeah, even the town looks incredible. Looks really good. You gotta tell me, Ruby fans out there, you gotta tell me your feelings when you first saw this stuff. Because I'm trying to live through you now as well. Look at the lighting! Oh my god, what the hell? This is a jump up, right? And I didn't even expect it to... Her arm! What the hell? Her arm! What happened? That was awesome. They did a really fantastic job with that. Yeah, like I really feel like it's like I didn't expect it to be such a jump up. Because like I think it's one of those things, like I said, you don't notice it until it's there. This looks gorgeous as well. You don't notice it until there is a change. It's like when like, wrestling went to HD and I was like, oh wow, okay, it was, yes, okay. And you look back at non-HD wrestling now and you're like, yes, it's nostalgic, but it doesn't look nearly as clear. And she has again, I wonder if these are like the main enemies, but like they're different elements maybe, because they seem like pretty similar. The music is much softer here too. This is a cool song. And like maybe it's just like, you know, you can say like, oh, Calvin's like 8. That was 7 minutes? That felt like 2. What the hell? No way that was 7 minutes already. There's no way. But like, no, like it really feels as though like maybe you can say I'm a contrarian, but like I really love like the alt characters like are almost like so much more interesting to me than like is her name Ruby? Like I don't know what it is. Maybe I just like side characters more than I usually like the main character. Contrarian Calvin, but that's not like, I think everything I like is very popular, so. This music is pretty sick, you know, honestly. And she's doing, again, like, it's like the different motions is so cool too. This is like something I appreciate so much, because like I come from like playing stuff like Trails of Cold Steel, how like every fighter has a different ability based on their own personality, and I feel like that's happening here. Jeez, and then they attack from the side from the, like, almost like an invisible force. You can do this. I believe in you. You look awesome. Get off her right now. I wonder how they've grown since, like, the first season as well. Like, that's pretty interesting, too. Wait, what? Is this a simulation? It looks like it was a simulation, was it? Who's this?
I'm not always going to be around to save.
No, she saved her. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll get better.
No, you're perfect.
You'll have to if you ever want to leave.
But her design is perfect, so half the battle. Sorry guys, that's half the battle. No, this is pretty neat, and you can tell there's like a lot of emotion behind there too. Jesus, man. Like, the colors are so impressive. And even these artworks are pretty cool too as well. And this was on Rooster Teeth first, I'm guessing, as well? Well, yeah, it says Rooster Teeth first up, and yeah, there it is. Like, that's why I would say that. Bye, chat. Oh, a song went into it. The next song is a Honeyworks song, which I can't wait to see as well. Yeah, no, it's pretty freaking cool. I think that like with Ruby is like stuff, like I said last time, like I don't know as much about Ruby as I would about other like shows or things like this. But I definitely do appreciate, you know, you showing me this stuff, because it is like a world that I wasn't really a part of, and didn't, like, I'll be honest, didn't want to be a part of, because not because I was being rude about Ruby. It's just like, you know, I said previous times, I'm kind of just like it's not like, wasn't my bag at the time from a distance. But I think now, like, I look back and I'm like, did I miss out on a train that had one of the most fun parties on the tracks this whole time? Like, because I always remember seeing the fandom and stuff like this, and I'm like, they're crazy about this. They freaking love this show to death. I don't know what happened to Ruby now. I'm sure it's probably a sad story since Rooster Teeth ended. Is it sad? Maybe we shouldn't even talk about it. But that was really cool, Stereoscopy. Thank you so much for sending in. It's always cool to see that stuff. The next video is sent in by Minu, and it is the Honeyworks 6X Love featuring Cena and Mona. So I'm guessing this is cis X love. So it's like love and your cis. They have a great relationship together. I think it's a very dynamic relationship and a very complicated relationship sometimes, but I still think it's really nice to see. So they said, I didn't know what to send this, when to send this song. I wanted to send it here before the last one, so here it is. Please tell me Honeyworks isn't ending. It's become a big part of me. We were scolded together. Instantly, the line "we were scolded together," it's like, that's what puts us together, right? That's something we have in common. And we grew up together. We cried together. And I want to say, as a dude, sisterhood is so much different than like brotherhood, in a way that, like, you know, not in a way that's like one is stronger than the other, because they both think they're very strong. Because I think sister and brother is also very strong. I think, you know, like any sibling relationship can be strong. But I really feel like there is like a very strong bond that can be had between sisters. Like Little Women is a perfect example of this, where it's like, I can go and see Little Women and absolutely adore it, and like really look at this like sisterhood and be like, this is incredible. But like, you don't truly understand it, because the thing is with sisters is that they truly understand, like, you know, what like a woman would go through on a daily basis, on like, you know, through life, and it's a different situation, you know, and it's like, and I feel like that's always like what they bond over. It's a completely different situation. It's also like, you know, a lot of here. Sorry, I paused twice already. Ooh, we're going through the phone as well. Arrangement, Honeyworks. We're siblings that get along. Oh, look at this, so sweet, aren't they? Like moving closer. I'd like to hear about you. The person you like one day. Mona very forward here. I adore Mona. The more we grow up, the more secrets we can keep. True. It happens. I guess there's be some sort. Maybe a handsome prince. She's trying to find out who she's going out with. You wait till you see him. He is a prince. So sweet. Oh my god, look at that. Video, please tell me there's more Honeyworks after all this. Because I'm already like, I'm feeling so like sad already. We're cute, aren't we? Great vocals. I hate you, again to fight. Yes. That's such a good example too, right? This is gorgeous. It's like, you know, the idea of like sisters getting into fights with each other, right? And you, how many times have you said I hate you to like, you know, a sibling or something like that? It happens. And like, you don't mean it. Oh! Is it what going on with the introduction? Even if he's the complete opposite, please try and get along with him. Mona's not getting along? Oh, okay. A bit of jealousy. You see, when you're happy with him, it made me happy too. There you go. That's a great way of looking at it. That's such a great outlook in life. Superb outlook on life. Right? So mature beyond your years. I decided dating is off limits. Fair enough. I won't for now. Yeah, follow the dream. They're so sweet. Like the artwork in these Tony work videos, especially with Mona and like it's like Ancina, it's like so beautiful. Like the artwork, the drawing, the art style, it's different every time. It's slightly different every time. They have a different tinge every single time. That's like has a different like art style or like different composition when it comes to like how they're doing it, whether it be a photo frame, a phone, a stamp book, or like a chalkboard. Like there's like, and again, I'm aiming stuff that probably, that wasn't even there in some cases. What do you call them? Like barnacle boards where you put up like different things on them and stuff like that, or like construction paper. Like there's different things all the time. It's so cool. It's so cool. Not the same. Yeah, that's so cool. I hate you. I hate you. We'll make up again, 100%. And the great thing about good siblings, you can say I hate you to them, and then 2 minutes later, you can just be laughing. You know what I mean? Living under the same roof. A little teddy bears doing the show. Make a ruckus. Yes! Go on, make a ruckus. I think it's very sweet. And even like the kind of like photo frame here as well. Oh my god, look, I can't get over yeah, look at this. They're different, right? The things we're good at. Yes, everyone, again, finding the love between the differences as well. This is my favorite thing. I hate you, even when we get into fights. Yep. Because that's how siblings act. I love this so much. I'm gonna cry. Minu, please tell me it's not over. I know as you said there's one more, but please tell me there's more. Please lie to me. With the phone. Minu, can you lie to me? It played the same video again. No problem, actually. Play the same video again, why don't you? Minu, can you do me a favor and lie to me? Would that be okay? Hi, my name is Calvin. I'm looking to be lied to today. Lie to me, Minu. Yeah, no, this is a great showing that great sibling relationship that you can have. A lot of times I remember like with my siblings, like that, like again, you can be like, I feel like it's like a lot of times you'll fight because again, no matter what, guys, you're living under the same roof. Like they said in the song, that's why I say again, in this song, you're living under the same roof. That is difficult. No matter how old you are, no matter who you are, living under the same roof with someone, especially at a young age, is so difficult. You're sharing room, you're sharing space, you're sharing like the same parents, you're sharing all that. It's difficult. And so this idea that they portrayed it so well, where it's like, hey, I want to be around you so much, but at the same time, I hate you. At the same time, I love you. We have different interests, but I love that. I want to see your boyfriend, but I don't want to see your boyfriend. It's such a great way of portraying that sibling relationship. I love it. It's really awesome. Thank you so much for sending me new. I hope that's not the end. I hope the next one is not the end, but if it is, a great time was had by all. Appreciate it so much. The next video sent in by, I believe it's Kuva Visas, but I'll check here now as well because I have it on my phone here now today. Kuva Visas. I definitely was not bribed to spam you with videos showing rightlessly. Kuva Visas. Blink twice if the fans of that man are bothering you. Let's check it out.
The
main shield area is shrunk. Okay, so it's like a beautiful art, by the way. What? Oh my god, is it every person who draws Venti loves him so much because he's always so beautiful in these.
まだ私に儲けをもたらせてくださいまし。今晩はいつもの場所で一杯どう？
Oh my god, the outfit. The outfit's so good.
じゃあ行こうか。
They always draw Venti in these like fantastic outfits as well. Like the outfit's incredible. People must love Venti when they draw him. Oh. And there's Furina. Who's watching? Oh my god, look, a child. With his little chain. The way they're doing this is so different. It feels like it's like a 1 hour drama on HBO. The way like it's so quiet. Right? Furina looks fantastic. Barcode. So they're gonna think back to this stuff now? Wait, who's that? Oh, they're gonna show us now anyway. Wait, is that Lumine? The little pop stars? Realm of Fate is called, by the way. Holy hell. I'm sorry, but I can't. Some of these like songs, like the vocals are so incredible. Look at Lumine. I can't, I'm sorry, but I keep looking at Venti in the background and like dancing around the place. Yeah! That's our boy! This is a very Venti heavy episode. We're really happy about that. Oh my god, the dancing! Do that first move again, that was really good. This is like making me feel a lot, you know? Lumine looks so freaking natural like this. You wouldn't even like at first glance you wouldn't even think it's Lumine. You have to look again, right? The animation's so natural. Oh my. They're like a real band! Look at this! Yeah, all the outfits are incredible. Oh my god, look! No, more. More, I say. Excuse me, sir, more. To find the truth beyond this world, okay. Like finding the truth of the abyss.
Huh?
He's gonna fight him? You are dead. Yeah, I knew it. I could feel it. That suit was awesome, by the way, Arlecchino. And by the way, I think, if I'm not mistaken, again, I said it before, I don't see all comments all the time on videos, so like, I'm gonna check to make sure I have, we'll win over the highest level of faith, by the way. I want to make sure I'm skipping it back as well. But if I go to the video, I'm sure people will tell me how to pronounce this as well. I'm sure there's at least one comment showing me what the pronunciation of his name is, because I don't want to get it wrong if people have already said it. Again, it's so difficult because, like, you know, there's, you know, you're gonna miss some comments sometimes. You will. I'm looking through it. This is live. This is live. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I got it right. Ricely? Is that it? Ricely? Ricely. Or is that, or are they joking? Ricely. There we go. That's a good, that's easy to remember. Don't be a square. Even my younger siblings are fat as guys. Look at the outfits! He looks fantastic, Ricely, in anime form. Looks gorgeous.
そろそろ始まるようだ。一組目。
First group.
おや？こんな
So do you
陽気な
gain-
見せ場が最初から見られるとはね。
Do you gain points from your performance is what we're looking at here?
レコード会社の幹部兼はるかの前マネージャー。ラップのチャートを34週間制覇した特権。そして人気の大学生。
It's like, look at him. Oh my god, look at him on stage.
フリーナさん、
This is so interesting to me.
もちろん。
相変わらずすごい人気だな。ドリーの人選の手腕。昔のあ
Talent
れ
for
で
using people as present. Okay. A little sweet sneeze.
そろそろ時間だ。
And then walking through here as well. So to get an idea of this here, the idea that they're saying here, I just want to make sure I'm getting this completely right,
はあ、こんなところでか。
is that you have to.
君は子供か。
やれや。
演出の時も誰かとボクシ
So
ングで
they all perform, obviously in different groups.
そんなに真面目にならないでよ。俺たちの力なら最高の信仰の力を得られるってことは君も知ってるはずだ。
Will win over the highest level of faith, so it is a competition.
俺の弟や妹だ
And I
って
wonder if
こ
that
い
has
つの
something to do with what happened at the end there.
マネージャー。ラップのチャートを34週間制覇した特権。そして人気の大学生。
He looks fabulous. He looks great.
フリーナさん、サインいいですか？
もちろん。
Go on, Furina, give the autograph.
相変わらずすごい人気だな。ドリーの人選の手腕。昔のアルレッキーノとよく似ているね。
Dory. Oh, because they're talking about her. That's what the sneeze was. Okay, I didn't get that the first time.
そろそろ時間だ。
Sorry about that. So this is them. Yeah, I've only as I just said, I skipped back just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I've only seen these two characters for the first time. Obviously seen Child before, and now they're the dad's troop together. Jesus, man. Okay, very different vibe. Look at Child in the background. There's the star. There he is. This is so like, I don't know, it's like having Child as like the so I'll skip it back as well so we can get our Culinary one as well. Having Child as like the how do I say it, like the like hip hop artist in the group as well is like so funny to me. Because I guess he is the youth of the group and it is seen kind of like a more youthful thing. The future take, this was the future take you away. The moving in the camera too. And there's the lead, for sure. The blood red is the stage. It's like, again, are these real songs? Or are these made for the Royal Fair video? Because it's like the real songs, right? And it's clearly a competition, right? Or at least like they have to win. They talk about winning. Because like for me, obviously, like I picked the first song, but that's just like I like how they switch between the 2D animation and the 3D. It's really cool. It's a cool compromise. There's the X and the I. Oh my god. Has a shield installed. The shield? Wait. So if I'm getting this wrong, please. I'm for sure getting this wrong. From what I saw from that video, it seemed like it was a like competition between like artists, and there was people dying at the start because like I don't know if it's because of the actual competition itself, and they were competing against each other, but it seemed like it didn't seem that dire because unless they're just so used to it that they're just so happy about it. But they wanted to win in a competition of fate. Is there a sequel to that, I wondered, that like could probably expand upon that? If you want to explain it to me then for sure, because I guess like just from my perspective, I didn't fully understand all of it. And maybe I'm just dumb because I thought, at first I thought it was just like the lack of faith. So it's the lack of faith. So you have to perform for fate. That's what it said at the start. Oh, okay. I missed that. So if you don't have enough faith, you lose protection and the shield. And so maybe that person at the end was putting up a shield because of their performance. That's pretty nuts. Like you don't get a shield unless you put on a great performance. Like that's crazy. if that's the case, that is nuts. But like beyond like the actual story itself, the art style was really cool. I love always again characters being portrayed in that way. Venti's outfit was awesome. All the other characters, the new characters we saw looked really cool too. The mentioning of other characters, it felt very natural. It felt like a like I said, like a TV show almost. Like a HBO drama series. It felt like how serious it was getting at some points. They really knew how to like use the silence while also like having like very fun moments too. That weren't, that were funny. Like, the moments with like punching child, which I kind of expected that to happen too. Because like if a fist is heading towards Arcolito, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be the one to come out of it unscathed. If it's your fist going towards Arcolito at that point. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sending Kuvavisas. The next video is sent in by Malcolm Condé, and it's a fun science video by Kur Gazette. Let's check it out. The Paradox of an Infinite Universe.
Is the universe infinite? Does it have an edge? And if
Great
so,
voice.
what would
Fantastic
you see
voice.
if you went there? Today, we know that the universe had a beginning 14 billion years ago, and that it's been expanding ever since. But something that's expanding should also have an edge, right? Well, it sort of does. Information can't travel faster than light. That means that we can only see parts of the universe whose light has had time to reach us.
It's a beautiful little art style to explain this too, right?
When we look outwards, what we see is a sphere centered on us, the observable universe. But it gets a tad more complicated. Because the universe has been expanding, we know that the most faraway things whose light we can see are actually 45 billion light years from us right now. So the observable universe is a sphere with a radius of 45 billion light years. It contains around 200 billion galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars. So for us, there is an edge. We're looking at the past until there is just no past left.
What the hell?
This edge is really more like an edge in time and, in a sense, meaningless.
Huh?
The real universe is for sure bigger than what we can see.
Right, so it's like beyond what we can see, right?
There are two options. Either the universe is really big but finite, or it's truly infinite. A finite universe means that if you want to fill it with ice cream, you can do it. You need a lot of ice cream, but it is a finite amount. But that leads to a weird problem. Such a universe should have an edge, a cosmic wall where space ends. And if there's an edge, there should be something outside that edge. But the universe by definition is all there is. So how could there be stuff outside all there is?
Am I supposed to be like a little bit mind-effed right now? Is that supposed to be what's happening? Because like, I kind of understand the concept of on the outside of it, like the baseline of it, which is like the idea that like if the universe is infinite, how can it have an edge? We only see exactly like, what we can see, and there's stuff beyond what we can even see as well. So the universe is ever expanding. I don't know.
Does the idea of something outside of everything even make sense? Except, of course, there is a physics hack. You can have a universe that has no border, but that still could be filled with a finite amount of ice cream. What if the universe is truly finite? Imagine an orange and a really tiny
So wait,
ant
so he's saying that it can have...
that still could be filled with a finite amount of ice cream.
It has no border, but still is finite.
What if the universe is truly finite?
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Imagine an orange and a really tiny ant. The ant can only see a small piece of the skin, just as you can only see a small chunk of the universe.
The art, the little animations are so
walking,
nice.
It will eventually walk around the whole orange and be back to its starting point. So the skin of an orange is not infinite, but it doesn't have a border. The universe is not like the skin of an orange, but it could be very similar. Instead of a sphere, it could be a hypersphere, where 3D space is curled on itself, which is impossible for your brain to visualize, unfortunately. But the point is, no borders, no outside of the hypersphere. From our human ant perspective, our whole 3D space is like the peel of the orange.
Yeah, so what we can
If you were aboard
see.
a spaceship flying in a straight line, you would eventually come back to Earth.
Whoa.
How does any of this make sense?
Yeah,
actual
what the
physics
hell?
is hard,
I'm
so
not,
we
you
have
can
to
tell I'm not
simplify
science
and
person.
lie a bit here.
Science person.
But in a nutshell, it all
The
boils
fact that
down
I said science person, you can
to
tell I'm not a
gravity.
science person.
The way it works is that mass creates gravity by bending space-time. This bending is the strongest where the mass is, but sort of stretches on forever, like a very mild tension in the fabric of space-time itself. This could bend the whole universe in a way where it bends back on itself, which then makes the hypersphere. If you find this confusing, we're with you. If the universe happens to be a hypersphere, how could we find out how big it is? On Earth, we can see things disappear below the horizon, and that helps us calculate how big the Earth is. Scientists tried to find some sort of universe horizon that would reveal the scale of the cosmic sphere,
And they've tried to do
but
this?
didn't see anything.
Right.
Which means that if the universe is a hypersphere, it needs to be so big that from our perspective, it looks like we're living on a flat surface.
Okay.
For this to make sense, a hyperspherical universe should be at least 1,000 times bigger than our observable part. It could be 1 trillion times bigger for all we know, but not smaller than that. Some scientists thought all of
Wait,
this.
I'm so...
But if the universe is a hypersphere, it needs
Yeah.
to be so big that from our perspective, it looks like we're living on a flat surface. For this to make sense, a hyperspherical universe should be at least 1,000 times bigger than our observable part.
Right.
It could be 1 trillion times bigger for all we know, but not smaller than that. Some scientists
Right, so it can't be smaller than what we observe.
thought all of this is way too
Am I getting that
straightforward
right?
and came up with a wilder option. The universe could be like the frosting of a donut. A hyperdonut, also impossible to visualize for your brain. This too means that if you travel in a straight line, you'd get back to where you started, but with fun complications.
Fun complications,
In a
though.
hyperdonut universe, there's not the same amount of stuff in every direction. If two spaceships fly in different directions, one could get back to the start way earlier.
Interesting. So like they're saying that the universe is like, you know, like it's like, say like it'd be the equivalent of like, well, traveling on a donut. Me trying to explain it. Dave explained it.
This also means that light from faraway galaxies would do fun and confusing stuff in a sort of cosmic Hall of Mirrors effect.
Okay.
We could see faraway things in two places, but not just that, we would see it in different moments in time, because its light would have taken much longer to travel in one direction than the other. You could see a star being born in front of you and see that same star die on the opposite side of the sky.
What the fuck?
How big would such a hyperdonut universe be? Well,
That's
because
actually
of its
wild.
strange geometry, actually this is kind of the smallest possible universe, potentially just a few times bigger than the observable universe. But it could also be way, way bigger. We don't know. Okay, so much for finite universes. But what if it's truly infinite and space goes on forever? What would that be like?
Yeah.
What if the universe is truly infinite?
No, this stuff does mess with my mind somewhat because like I try not to think about it too much, but like I also feel like, you know, whenever someone like whenever I met someone who's really into science, I'm sitting there engrossed like I am now. I'm like, go on. Yeah? Tell me more. What else? Like I feel like it's like one of those things where like, you know, like you take life day by day. And then when you think about this stuff, it's like, it's mind blowing. It really is to like think about the idea of like how light travels or how the world, you know, like I'm sorry, but like the concept of like that, like you could see a dying star in front of you, then turn around and see that same, see a star being born and turn around seeing that star dying as well. Just to me, like, you know, proves that like this, if that is the concept, like just to me, it's like that this universe is incredible. I'm happy for other people to explore it and find out more. Whenever they find aliens, that's going to be a great day, honestly.
Actually, the cosmological model used by most scientists describes an infinite universe. We mostly use it to calculate what happens inside our observable chunk, but if taken literally, it predicts an infinite universe.
Wait, so they're saying like what they're saying is they're observing what happens in the place that we know, but they're also using that to predict what could happen.
An
Okay.
infinite universe goes
Roll back
on,
netcode.
well, forever, with no border anywhere. Also impossible to visualize. Wherever you look, you'll find more and more stuff in every possible direction. This kind of breaks our brain a bit for a few reasons.
Yes.
First of all, if the universe is infinite, is it also eternal and has been there forever? Was there a time when there was nothing everywhere, and then there was something everywhere? Well, we don't know, but we have a lot of evidence for the Big Bang, so it really seems like the universe started at some point in the past. But wait, since the Big Bang,
I know I keep skipping back, guys. I'm sorry. Like, I just need to catch this stuff because it's wild to me.
You'll find more and more stuff in every possible direction. This kind of breaks our brain a bit for a few reasons. First of all, if the universe is infinite, is it also eternal and has been there forever? Was there a time when there was nothing everywhere, and then there was something everywhere? Well, we don't know, but we have a lot of evidence for the Big Bang, so it really seems like the universe started at some point in the past.
Yeah, okay, this Big Bang stuff, right? I wanted to see if, like, there's, like, you know, like, it's not that the Big Bang stuff is confusing to me. It is confusing because I don't know exactly how it happened or how it could happen, and there's a lot of evidence for the Big Bang. But, like, to me, like, one of the concepts there that they talked about, like, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, if we can't, like, not only if we can't see it, is it there, but also the idea of, like, at one point there was nothingness, or could be nothingness. Was there nothingness? It's not a scary concept to me just because I wasn't there, so I'm like, I don't really, you know, mind too much if it was. But I always like to think of, like, how, like, whenever I try to think about that, and that's why I skipped back as well, because I wanted to make sure that they were talking about that, like, you know, like I was getting the right concepts here of, like, the nothingness and everything. Like, but the, to me, it's like, when I think about the world that was nothing, the world that was nothing, or the world that could be nothing, before we were all here, before anything was here, it doesn't hurt my brain, but what it does is, like, it feels like very restrictive in a way. It's like, how does it even work? It feels like a seal that needs to be broken.
But wait, since the Big Bang, the universe has been expanding. How can an infinite thing that's everywhere become even bigger?
Yeah, okay,
Cosmic
yeah.
expansion just means that the distance between galaxies is growing with time. Even an infinite space can become bigger. Welcome to the paradoxes of infinity. Infinity gets much weirder though. As you travel with your spaceship in a straight line, you find new galaxies, stars and planets, new wonders, new weird stuff, probably new aliens and new life forms stranger than you could ever imagine. But after a long time, you might find the most special thing in the universe. Yourself.
No.
An exact copy of you watching this video right now.
No.
How could
I would
that
not.
be? Well, everything in
Stop.
existence is made of a finite amount of different particles. And a finite number of different particles can only be combined in a finite number of ways. That number may be so large that it feels like infinity to our brains, but it's not really. If you have finite options to build things, but infinite space that is full of things in all directions forever, then it makes sense that by pure chance, there will likely be repetition. Although, just because something is possible, doesn't mean it will actually happen.
Yeah, but no, putting that concept in my head alone is like, it is a mind F.
Maybe the universe goes
I think it'd be funny though. Hey, Calvin. I'm you from a different part of the universe.
Forever, but only the boring stuff repeats itself endlessly. Maybe there is really only one you. But if the laws of physics are the same everywhere, then far, far away, gas could have given birth to stars and planets where primitive genetic information could emerge from chemistry, which might have ended up in cells and animals that evolved in really unlikely ways, and eventually apes that learn how to create online videos. It happened at least once, so the chance is not zero. Even if the chance of there being an exact copy of you watching this video right now is almost zero, almost zero is still a huge number in an infinite universe.
Is there like a guy who's out there says, hey everybody, greetings everybody, it's Romer, also known as Calvin? That'd be weird. That'd be freaking crazy.
Unfortunately, you'll never meet, because almost zero still means the chance is incredibly small.
I'm determined now to meet myself.
Earth, as it exists right now, is so unlikely, you'd have to travel incredibly far to find a second identical Earth. Some 10 to the 10 to the 29, a 1 followed by 100 octillion zeros, times the size of the observable universe.
I didn't know that
so
octillion was a thing.
It kind of means forever far away. Still, in a truly infinite universe, every combination of particles could reasonably not just occur only once, but an infinite number of times. It's time to stop now.
Time to
While
stop
these
now?
scenarios are possible on paper, we've entered science philosophy here. Currently, none of these ideas are testable or provable.
Right. Yeah, no, I think it's cool though, like, because like, I feel like, once you find out stuff is not provable, it becomes even more interesting to me as well. Like, I always feel like that way with ghosts, where it's like, you can't really prove that a ghost exists, right? But I do want a ghost to be proven that it exists. That's the way I am. I'm a skeptic in a way that I love to see exactly how, like when I think about ghosts, I don't go like, oh, ghosts aren't real. I go, oh, please, someone prove it correct. I want it to be proven right.
If the universe is infinite, we will never know. The reality is, for us, the universe is finite and has an edge. And we can see the edge in time.
It's what we
Everything
perceive, right?
we can interact with is within the observable universe, and most likely, this will stay true forever. Even if this finite universe feels small to you, it's more than big enough to fulfill all the dreams that we and our descendants can ever come up with. Infinitely enough for all of us.
That's a very calming way to end the video. Now, I know it's not over, but like to be like, hey, look, don't worry. It's big enough for all your dreams.
While we can't be sure whether the universe is infinite, many fascinating questions do have definitive answers in science, maths, and technology. And you can learn all about them on Brilliant.org. Brilliant will make you a better thinker and problem solver, with thousands of hands-on lessons on just about anything you may be curious about.
Well, make me look like a freak like this little
launched a
dog.
whole new suite of data courses that use
Is that what
real
it gets to
data
make me look
to
like?
tell powerful stories while training your brain to see trends through the chaos of truly massive data sets. You'll answer practical questions like how to maximize revenue hosting on Airbnb using the same analysis techniques that scientists use to explore the distribution of galaxies and unravel the mysteries of the cosmos. A foundation that can take
It's funny,
your
when it comes to ads and stuff like that, I never get bothered by it
astronomical
because I'm always like, get your
We've
bag,
also
get
partnered
that
with
money.
Brilliant to
Get
create
that
a
money,
series of
creator.
lessons to take your scientific knowledge to the next
Like whenever I
level.
see a sponsor, I go,
These lessons let
they're getting
you
paid.
further
That's
explore
awesome.
the topics in our most popular videos, from rabies and mammalian metabolism to climate science and supernovae. Each lesson on Brilliant is interactive.
Like, did you get that?
like
When
a
like I
one-on-one
feel like,
version of a
whenever I see
Codstar
Smosh
video.
do like a
And
ad read,
you
I
can
never
get
go like,
started
oh, they're reading an
whenever,
ad again. It's like,
wherever,
yeah.
right from whatever
Do
device you'd
52
like.
ads. I don't
to
care.
get hands-on with Kurzgesagt lessons and explore everything Brilliant has to offer, you can start your free 30-day trial by signing up at brilliant.org/nutshell. There's even an extra perk for Kurzgesagt viewers. The first 200 people to use the link get 20%
That's awesome.
off an annual membership once their trial ends.
So, obviously, like, I'm not gonna be able to unpack this as well as other people might. What I will say about this though is that, like, I do think it's so interesting to me because, like, I played this game Shadow Memories as a kid, and it's still one of my favorite games of all time. And I love the idea of, like, the homunculus in that game says if you meet yourself in your life, you will die. Just this concept, and that's what I was thinking about when I was like, when I met myself. But like, it's also like you would just explode. I love the idea and the concept here that if you went in a straight line through the universe, there's a possibility, a 0.00000 trillion zeros 0.1% chance that you could meet yourself. Like, the universe is like the world is like grounded in reality. But like some of, like, what do you say, like scientific philosophy is effed up. It's scary, man. It's really scary. But the thing is, at the same time, I want them to explore this stuff. If they can prove it, I want them to prove it. You know what I mean? If there is another me out there, who's playing Fortnite and is saying greetings everybody as Romer, also known as Calvin, I want to see it. I want to see it. If there's an alternate universe Calvin. Yeah, the universe is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm a believer of aliens. I do believe aliens exist, only because I know people are gonna say, well, you don't believe in ghosts, and you can't prove that, you can't prove aliens exist. I think it's just a probability thing. It's like I'm in a space where, like, because people used to say that where I live was haunted when I was a kid. And I remember, like, my answer to that when people were like, yeah, that whole area is haunted, was like, okay, but I'm like 10 now. And they're like, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, but they haven't killed me yet. You know what I mean? That's such a weird thing to bring up, isn't it? I know. I love this concept. I do. It's hard to understand a little bit of it, but I think I definitely understood the most of it. Yeah. Thank you so much for sending Malcolm today. I hope I did it justice because, again, I hope you understand, and you're probably going to understand from this video of me watching this. Obviously, I got mind-effed by it. I'm definitely not a scientific thinker, for sure. I am a person that's built on love, happiness, and, poems. And I think you are too. It's just that you also like this really cool like scientific stuff. I can tell from the Subnautica videos as well. You definitely like this type of stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, I guess we're leaving. The 4 videos that are left. Sorry guys. I already said thank you so much for watching. We can't do anything now. I'm joking, of course. The next video is sent in by Dodo Dan and is the evolution of Tigrex in Monster Hunter Heavy Wings. Let's check it out. I'll turn off the subtitles because it seems like they're not obviously like English subtitles. Monster Hunter always interests me very much so.
Tigrex was introduced in Monster Hunter Freedom 2 as the flagship monster of the game. He is a flying wyvern, but different from the others in that he
I played obviously Freedom Unite, so I don't know if I would have met this guy eventually.
uses wing arms to move around on the ground. When attacking, Tigrex likes to charge, a lot. It's pretty much his signature move. His powerful wing arms allow him to cover great distances at an impressive speed, which he uses to chase down prey. Sometimes Tigrex will charge and turn around into another charge, forcing you to be extra vigilant when attempting to counter him.
Look at the way they analyze this as well, though. I love this because it's like, from an outside perspective, you don't know how much goes into like the combat in a game until you hear someone who loves these games talk about it, and you're like so
He will
impressed.
often dash forward slightly with a double bite attack, and can use his wing arms to sling rocks at you. Sometimes he will perform a great dive or spin in place. In a way, his moveset feels like an upgraded version of the other flying wyvern's ground attacks. Tigrex can charge better, bite better, dive better, and unlike the other flying wyverns, he can spin attack in a complete 360 degrees.
Which is
Tigrex
terrifying.
does not have projectiles like Rathalos, but he knows how to create his own with the rock throw. The biggest
Oh,
difference
that's really
between Tigrex
cool,
and
using the
all other
environment.
flying wyverns is that he can't really do much in the air. He will flap his wings to move from area to area, but
Right.
he cannot engage in aerial combat like Rathalos.
So he doesn't
And
do
that is
air
the
combat.
trade
He
of Tigrex.
he tries to use his environment, but what he's doing is more just like maneuvering around with his wings
by
rather than
having
using the
better
wings for
ground
combat.
abilities. While he skipped Monster Hunter Try, he did appear in Possible Third. He retains all his Freedom 2 attacks, with the hitboxes cleaned up a bit. A major new addition is this new combo, where he runs forward into a moving spin attack. Tigrex is affected by the new stamina system introduced in the 3rd generation of Monster Hunter. When exhausted, he will stand still and pant, and his attacks become slower and
That's
more
cool,
feeble.
right?
Sometimes he will turn around from a charge attack, only to fall over in a comical fashion, giving you a free attack opportunity.
No, that's awesome, and that feels so
Tigrex
good
is
when
a
you're fighting a boss, right? And they start panting or something. You're like, yeah, time to get the attacks in.
This game, the Brute Tigrex. He's predominantly black and often slightly bigger. While Tigrex's signature move is his charging, Brute likes to roar. A lot. He is adapted differently to regular Tigrex, in that his roars are much stronger and can damage the hunter. Tigrex has 2 roars, one where his head is lower, and another where he stands upright and deals significant damage while knocking you away. This is the roar Brute Tigrex specializes in. He can perform an upright stampede that ends in an enhanced roar, but when enraged, he can also charge normally, only to back up and quickly unleash an even stronger roar.
That's such a
They're both
cool animation. The
powerful, but
roars
have
are
very
really
limited
cool.
range. Biologically, this implies that in order for Tigrex to create a noise this loud, he has to be standing upright, and Brute Tigrex has simply evolved to optimize it further, being able to use it in combat after charging. In any case, it makes him much more
The way he's talking about this, would you say then, like Dota Dan, you can answer this, any Monster Hunter fans can answer this as well, but is the concept then that like monsters as they evolve mechanics-wise, you can say lore-wise they're evolving in the game as well, in the world as well?
While Tigrex likes to hang out in a wide variety of environments, Brute mainly stays in volcanoes, forests, and deserts, keeping away from the tundra. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate did not feature Tigrex or his subspecies, but they were both included in Monster Hunter 4. The main addition Tigrex received was this turnaround charge. Normally when a monster performs an attack, they turn around at 60-degree angles to face you. This gives you enough time to heal, sharpen, or even
Really
quickly
cool.
attack.
Has a meaning to
But
it,
with
right?
Tigrex peeking around and initiating a charge, that opportunity is robbed from you, and so you have to be a bit more aware when fighting them.
That's interesting. You have to be
Brute
so much
Tigrex
more
also has to
on your
turn around,
toes.
but instead of charging, he slings rocks at you. He will use his upright charge much more often than before. He will also use his powerful roar without charging. Brute Tigrex is not the only Tigrex.
Oh my god, look at him!
Monster Hunter 4, as it also introduced
Creeping
the
into the
Molten
frame.
Tigrex. Molten Tigrex is a rare species and can be encountered exclusively in the tower. He has a blood red colour scheme and is much larger in size. The fight starts off slow. Molten attacks using basic bites, maybe a spin here and there, but largely he just stays in one place. But as the fight goes on, he starts using more and more attacks and eventually becomes faster and stronger, incorporating more of Tigrex's and Brute's attacks into his moveset. Eventually, he will even enter a second rage state, becoming even more dangerous.
The run
Sometimes
animation's
he will
so fun in
perform
this
Brute
too.
Tigrex's roar and immediately follow up with another, potentially catching hunters off guard who may have thought he had already finished his attack. If Molten's claws hit you in any of his attacks, you will be inflicted with Blast Blight. His immense size makes him very dangerous in a limited space of the tower, as you often find yourself cornered against him. He is even capable of charging
But that's probably
4 times
intentional,
in a
right?
row, and
The idea that you're like caught up against the wall and stuff like that, like, you know, because like a lot of people, like, you know, will say like, oh, this boss battle's easy. It would be easier if it had a different boss room. It's like, that's the whole point. The
many of
boss
his
room is also the
attacks
boss
spread
battle.
blast powder across the arena. However, after his second rage state ends, he is guaranteed to be exhausted. In G rank, Tigrex can perform the turnaround rock sling in addition to the charge. Brute Tigrex is more
Oh, at the same
efficient.
time?
He can perform his super roar without charging, turn around into a charge, as well as roar back to back. And when frenzied, can charge up to 4 times in a row.
That's psychotic.
Molten
Look at that
Tigrex
look.
is faster in G rank and is no longer guaranteed to be exhausted after his second rage state. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate features Apex Tigrex, a monster strong enough to overcome the Frenzy virus. He is much faster, your attacks bounce off him very easily, and he incorporates attacks from Brute Tigrex. Monster Hunter Generations brought back Tigrex, who is identical to his 4 Ultimate version. Brute and Molten are absent, but a deviant was introduced, Grimclaw Tigrex. This Tigrex is much more blue than the normal one.
Grimclaw. I was
and his
about to skip
claws
it back.
are larger.
Grimclaw.
True to his name, his claw attacks are much stronger than normal. His rock throw is different from regular Tigrex, as the projectile rolls along the ground.
Oh,
Grimclaw
okay.
will also slam his claws into the ground, causing explosions.
But that looks like it's
He
easier
has
to dodge,
Brute
right? Like if I saw it coming towards me like that, it'd be way
charge,
easier to
as well
dodge.
as his roars. But he also performs Molten Tigrex's fake out roar. When performing the upright charge, he will slam his arm into the ground and create an explosion. In later deviant quests, he can create extended steam explosions with his claws that travel along the ground. His rock attack now has them split into 3
Okay.
as well.
That would be
Tigrex
harder to
skipped
avoid.
Monster Hunter World, but was brought back to Iceborne. Aside from looking very detailed and high definition,
Yeah, it looks
he also
looks
has
awesome.
a brand new theme and several changes.
That would have been so amazing to me as a Monster Hunter fan, though, coming into like a newer, like more graphically intense game and seeing like this creature that I've seen so many other times, like looking this way, would actually like, you know, probably like be so cool to see. It's like when you see like, you know, in Dark Souls, from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 3 enemies having so much more details when they share games, and you're like, holy hell.
For one, he does not fly anymore. To move between areas, he will simply walk. Secondly, Tigrex's old walk animation has been changed. Previously, he would walk with his front legs raised above the ground slightly, meaning he was being supported entirely by his back. It was incredibly unnatural, and a result of Tigrex reusing the walk animation of other flying wyverns. This was changed so that now his front legs are on the ground at all times. When Tigrex initiates a charge, he will rear back and open his jaw before leaping forward, letting the player know what is about to happen. At the end of his triple charge combo,
Any
Tigrex
combo.
will sometimes immediately perform
Any
a spin
charge
attack,
combo.
which makes him unpredictable and harder to punish.
There's another beast in there as
He
well.
also gains an attack where he swipes his arm around to the side to catch players who are right next to him.
How did Monster Hunter fans feel about unpredictable attacks? Because I imagine that would be kind of more frustrating,
Brute
right?
Tigrex is unlocked in the post-game. He retains most, if not all, of Tigrex's changes and attacks, as well as some new ones of his own. Like in old games, he will perform large roars as part of attacks. But in Iceborne, these can often follow smaller roars he performs quickly. Sometimes he will chain multiple small roars together, followed by a giant roar. He
I
received
love seeing how all of these characters evolved, or these enemies evolved. Especially since, like, you know, it gives you like a slightly different fight every time.
a different swipe attack, where he slams his wing arm into the ground before swiping his arm, slightly reminiscent of Grimclaw. He also gets a giant roar laser, because why not? Tigrex once again appears in Monster Hunter Rise, completely on his own. No Molten, or even Brute this time. The major difference with Tigrex is that he's been downgraded from Master to high rank, so some of his attacks have been reduced. The spin attack he does after charging is a bit more telegraphed, and he's slightly slower in general. He is also missing that new swipe attack. Tigrex also has an attack where he sweeps his tail around to catch players behind him.
So like a lot of really cool new concepts here as well for enemy for this enemy. And again, one of the things I love about this is like again, like I said, the idea that like every time you like it would excite me if I was a Monster Hunter fan, coming into every single game trying to see what was the new thing that was going to happen, what was the new thing the enemy was going to do.
My favorite Tigrex is Iceborne Brute Tigrex.
Yeah.
I've always been a big fan of Brute compared to regular Tigrex, even in the older games. Because his moveset is more diverse, he doesn't spend as much time charging around, which means you don't have to chase after him as much. Despite that, he's still pretty dangerous, and the Iceborne version is him at his peak, although I do really like the full ultimate one. I also really like Molten Tigrex, and I hope he makes his return someday. He kinda feels like a prototype of Bloodbath Diablos, one of my favourite monsters ever. I like how his fight has him slowly charge up, and eventually become furious, before getting exhausted again.
That's cool as well, the idea of like, we saw that earlier with the frenzy stuff, it's like getting more angry as time goes on. Right, and it makes the fight more dynamic. You have to worry about that going forward. It's like, yes, I'm doing good now, but how am I going to do good later?
Which is your favorite? Let me know in the comments.
Very cool.
If you enjoyed this video,
special thanks to the patrons.
More, remember to like and subscribe.
Imagine someone thanking their patrons in the video. Who could do that? Very cool stuff as well, Dododan. Yeah, like I'm again, like as I've said a million times, like I obviously haven't gotten into Monster Hunter as much as other people have. But one of my favorite things about seeing these videos is like the fact that there is like this evolution you can see. Not only in graphics, because like graphics, the thing is when you look at old Monster Hunter games, they're still gorgeous. But it's the idea you can play different, it's the same enemy, but you get to see how they evolve as time goes on. And you can also say they evolve maybe in nature as well, which is really cool. Which I know that's not the thing. I think people have said before to me that's not exactly the reason why they evolve, like in the game or whatever. But I still think it would be really cool to think of it like that. I wonder again, like how that, like with all those different moves, there's so many different movesets and so many variations of the same movesets. That would F me up though as well, but I'd like that. It means you have to adapt a lot quicker and stuff like that. Yeah, the Monster Hunter series is so expansive. It really is so expansive. And I would like, you know what, I think someday we should try it. Cause like I played Free Unite. I played a bit of Try. But I'd like to try. You know what I mean? Try. Was it Try or was it Ultimate? I keep always forgetting because it was years ago. Monster Hunter. It was Generations on the 3DS that I played a bit of, and I think we could definitely play like one of the, like Monster Hunter World or something like that. But like I think it'd probably be much more up my alley of someone who's like very new to that stuff. But yeah, thank you Jordan for sending in. That was very cool to see and always very informative to see those type of videos as well. Thank you so much. The next video is sent in by Hiyori, and I believe it's the best time to send this video since everything in Fontaine is still a mystery, no spoilers. And this is Furina's character demo. Let's check it out. Hoyle voice. Hoyle voice.
Opera walks the line between truth and fiction.
Heck yeah.
For though the story is fictional,
Look at this, ripping away their own performances.
concerned, their fate is real.
Looking directly at the camera, moving.
The rub. Are you and I the
It's a backdrop.
Or characters on the stage?
Incredible. Incredible.
Nobody can.
So she said.
Lies the rub. Are you and I the audience? Or characters?
Oh, it's so good, especially for Fontaine.
Nobody can know for sure. After all, nothing is easier to fool than the senses.
Oh my god.
We know only one thing for certain, that the prophecy is true. Because in this show, the prophecy is a part of all characters' fates. Don't believe me? So, you still haven't noticed that I'm not even speaking to you.
What the hell? I didn't notice.
It's just a recording playing in your head.
This is the concept I showed in the other part as well.
The prophecy has come true, and everything has been lost to the Great Flood.
Stop. Don't say that. This music is so interesting too. I didn't even notice she wasn't speaking. She's speaking to us in her head. Furina?
And you
Huh?
are the only one I have left.
What the hell? So the prophecy is that the Archon will be left crying on her throne.
Fate may seem like it's playing
Right?
cruel jokes on you. Only fate will not deceive you. Unless you can first deceive fate itself.
Yeah. And we've seen a lot of this aspect of her character. There's Chaska on the side there. Poor girl. We've seen a lot of like that in her character, I feel like, as well before. And I think I've like talked about it at great length, the idea that like there's something there behind her. Like she is like, she feels trapped. She feels like this, you know, stuff like this. And I've seen it 1,001 times, right? And I'm, you know, for me, I'm the way I think it's going to go is either it's going to be an explosion or it's going to be just like, I was going to say an impact, but it's going to be something that like is a really big moment for Furina. That's my prediction. Again, you guys have already seen it, but for me, it's like something is going to happen with Furina that is wild. That is so wild that it's going to change our perception of Furina forever. And it's going to maybe, and I think it's like something, I think something's going to break. I think something's going to snap with her. That's my prediction. That's what I think, because there's no way you can keep this up for this long, especially with so many like critiques and critics and so many people looking on at you. There's no way that you can truly live a life that is like this in this limelight without breaking. We've seen it happen to celebrities all the time in real life. I'm super interested to see where this goes, because the prophecy is that. The prophecy is that she will be left crying on her throne. And that's what they showed at the end there. They're trying to show the prophecy, not just that she's going to snap, because I think she's going to snap. But like they're trying to show the prophecy here. The prophecy is that she's left crying on her throne. That's the teardrop. Yeah, thank you so much for sending in, Hiyori. That was really, really interesting to see. Really interesting. The next video is sent in by Victoria and is binging with Babish. And it is Puppy Paw hash browns from Genshin Impact. That sounds so freaking nice. Are you kidding me? Let's see.
Today's episode is sponsored by Genshin Impact.
Okay.
Genshin Impact is an open-world action game where you can explore the fantasy world of TVAT.
Genshin
fighting bosses, completing
TVAT.
quests, and collecting
I've been in the wrong
rewards.
place.
With the latest update, you can unlock even more
God,
characters,
guys.
bosses,
I've been in
and islands
TVAT.
to explore. Most importantly, the game is chock full of recipes that your character can whip up.
True.
True to form, I picked my favorite Genshin Impact character based on his signature dish. So today we're going to be making Razor's Puppy Paw hash brown. To start, I've got 5 large Yukon Gold potatoes, not usually the potato of choice for hash browns, but I thought it'd be fun to try. I'm peeling and chopping them into
I want to make
half-inch
these
cubes for even cooking, and bringing them on over to the stovetop, where, instead of boiling them, I'm going to par-fry them at an unusually low temperature, about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. We want to fry them until they're just starting to turn blonde. This is going to take about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Then we're spreading them out on paper towels and allowing them to drain and cool completely before we transform them
great voice, by
into
the way.
puppy paws. About 30 minutes later, these guys are nice and cool, so I'm going to start ricing them into a large bowl. Potato ricers are great for making super smooth and creamy mashed potatoes, so too shall be the interiors of
Can
our
I get
puppy
one of
paws.
these? What the
Crispy
hell?
on the outside, creamy on the inside.
That looks so good.
Like me.
I'd eat that
Once
right
all
now.
the potatoes have been riced, now it's time to add some other
What a video. I'd eat that right now.
stuff. 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour for structure, 1 large egg for structure, 1 clove of grated garlic, which, since it absolutely annihilates the garlic's cellular structure, will maximize its garlicky flavor.
That's
And then
awesome.
to make this dish in the game, you need to use some rather unusual ingredients, one of which is a pair of pine cones, which is where pine nuts come from. So I'm going to assume that
No,
that's
that works,
why you
that
use
works.
it in this recipe.
That
I got
works.
about a half cup of pine nuts here that I'm lightly processing and adding to our potatoes, along with kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper,
That sounds
and
so good.
of course my gloved
This looks so good.
fingies. Mixing things together by hand until smooth and homogeneous. And now it's time to form these guys into little puppy paws.
Oh my
using these
God,
little
he's
puppy
gonna do
paw
it.
molds. They're a little bit smaller than what you see in the game, but I think any bigger than this, and we're talking dog paws, not puppy paws. Once you got these guys filled up, they're headed into the freezer for an hour. to
Freezer,
firm up. Now,
okay.
another ingredient required to make this recipe in the game is a red jam. So I think our best option here is to make a tomato jam.
You're
I
just
got
gonna make a
6
jam.
large Roma tomatoes that I'm going to cut into 1-inch pieces
Would you
and
not-
dump into a
Wait, would you
large
not buy one?
saucepan along with a half cup of sugar, and then to offset the sugar, the juice of 1 lemon.
I could
Then we
do
get a half
this.
teaspoon of red pepper flake, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and an inch or 2 of freshly grated ginger. Then for both a wonderful flavor and a hint of texture, I'm adding a teaspoon of whole cumin seed. Then we got to bring this
I
guy
love
to a
watching
simmer
cooking
and
videos
let
because
him
I'm always like, I could do
cook
this.
for anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes.
The
until a
reducing.
thick, jammy jam-like texture is achieved. Go ahead and let this cool while we make our second dipping sauce, what looked to me like an aioli. So I got 3 cloves of fresh garlic, a little pinch of kosher salt that I'm going to mash together until it's
the video is obviously a lot more fast-paced, I think, than like a Mori Kitchen video, but I think that's the intention. Like, it's like, I think people are coming by, like, I think Mori Kitchen fans and like Binging with Babish fans are probably, because I've heard Binging with Babish, I think they come by for different reasons for sure.
Mashed. Then I've got 1 egg yolk that I'm going to add in there and mash until
you do a good job with that egg yolk.
Once it's nice and smooth, it's time to start adding the oil. About 3/4 of a cup of neutral flavored
I think
oil.
this is like all more like watching the cooking happen and seeing the outcome and stuff like this. I feel like Mori Kitchen is more about like the zen of it. Like, it's like very zen with Mori Kitchen.
Vegetable or canola, making this more of a mayonnaise than an aioli, but I think that olive oil is going to be too spicy and overwhelming. Plus, I want this to be a pretty stark white the way that it looks in the game. Then our final accoutrement is, I think, some gestural steamed broccoli. I say gestural because we're eating twice fried potatoes here. We need a little bit of roughage. So while that thoughtful side
broccoli,
is steaming up for about
and that
5
looks
minutes,
so good.
It's time to release and fry our puppy paws. Carefully press them out of the silicone molds. If you let them freeze overnight, they'll be really solid and come out easily. And then they're ready to jump in a much hotter hot tub. Canola or vegetable oil.
I gotta want to do this. You think I could do this?
Fahrenheit, where they're going to fry for 3 to 5 minutes until deeply golden brown and crisp. Let them drain on paper towels, and then it's time to plate
dear
up.
Lord!
Looks like the puppy paws in the game were served on some kind of napkin.
With the
Closest
jam
thing I
and
could find
broccoli?
is a wooden cutting board. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. This isn't. This is a meal. You have this and broccoli. You are a healthy boy. I don't care if it's fried.
For their close-up. Oh, mustn't forget the aioli.
Oh, yeah, put in the aioli.
Fried hash browns without mayonnaise.
Oh, you dropped it, but it's okay.
So go ahead and pile it high.
It makes it look like Razor made it.
On the cutting board.
No, it made it look like Razor made it.
Razor's specialty,
No, that's amazing.
puppy paw
I'm dying.
hash browns. A fitting choice.
I'm having
my
pasta
man's
pesto
birthday is
today with
coming
some
up on
chicken.
September
So
9th. He's a fellow Virgo
and broccoli
on September 2nd, and these guys might be awfully cute, but how do they taste? I'm gonna go ahead and load it up with tomato jam and aioli before I take my first bite, and I'm proud to say that the results are wonderful. These hash browns have a glassy, crisp exterior.
I want it really badly, actually.
Like interior, the aioli is rich, and the tomatoes are sharp and sweet. The broccoli, unfortunately, is still broccoli, but I do appreciate the
Eat your greens!
gesture, but the puppy paws are a hell of a signature dish. So thank you very much to Razor.
Broccoli's
and
a super
happy birthday.
veg.
And of course, thank you again to Genshin Impact for sponsoring this episode. Genshin Impact is available to play on PC, mobile, and PlayStation 4 and 5. And co-op play is available for up to 4 players, so you can amp up the elemental action. You can also kick back
all
and
the
relax
staff
as
eating.
you
This reminds me of
explore the
Mythical
expansive
Kitchen.
world set to a delightfully soothing soundtrack.
Bro, they're
You can
double
now
dipping
play as 2
already.
new characters, Raiden Shogun and Koju Sara. Plus, there are new bosses and Inazuma Islands to explore. Check it out at the link in the description.
No, this is fantastic. Like, for some reason, like, the cooking videos we watch always come at the end of the Genshin, and we're close to the end of this episode. So, like, I always, like, I'm very glad at that because I'm very hungry now. Very hungry. That was awesome. I'd love to make those puppy paws myself. I think we watched a Babish video before, and I think he's very fast-paced in a lot of the stuff he does. But I do think I could do that, and I'd love to try and do that. I still want to do a cooking video with you guys at some point, but I want I want to do it with my grandmother because she's a really good cook, and I think she really liked to do it. And maybe it's not even Genshin food, but we could make anything, like, you know, and maybe just like make how she makes a fry and stuff like that might be a nice thing to do as well. Thank you so much for sending it, Victoria. That was awesome to see as well. The last video, no, not the last video. There's one more video after this, but the last video sent in the second last video is sent in by Nightmare444, and it's a Choice of God one-shot original song MPV remaster. So let's check this out. I will turn on subtitles just in case as well, but we'll see. One Shot's an amazing game. Had a great time with it. The lyrics are on. It'll just ruin it if I put the lyrics off here. It's interesting because it's so masterfully done with the vocals and everything. Like, I'm getting chills. Oh my god, seeing this visual as well, and from the back as well, which is interesting. Saves the world, yeah. That's the thing, saving the game is a whole different perspective, right? saving the game. Oh my god, look. That is a beautiful interpretation. Holy hell. Music is fantastic here as well, but like yeah, I just want to like, you know, with Silver's art here, it's beautiful. Like it's I can't get over that. And then of course like Alula and yeah, Calamus, so freaking good. They've grown attached to. That's the thing, they've grown attached to it, right? It's not like it's perfect. I'm sorry that I'm so mesmerized by this as well. Like, it's just so, like, it's so haunting. Like, this is a game that, like, means more to me than you could ever know, like, than I thought I could ever mean something to me. Like, it's just so impressive to me. The story, the setting, everything. And this music is just, like, hitting everything home as well. Oh my god, the lamplighter, our man. He made everything feel so safe for a while. Great. Such great artwork as well. And it's describing what's happening, but in a very haunting tone, right? Whoever sang this is doing such a fantastic job. Oh my god. The vocals are so freaking good. And in the dream as well. One shot. No, they did a fantastic job with this. Like, this was mesmerizing. Such a fantastic game. I was balling at the end of this game, and these songs usually hit it home a lot more as well. Thank you for making it. Really good. It's an original song only 2 months ago, man. Did a really good job with this. A really good job. No, that's fantastic to see because like it's a game that, like I said, like made me so sad. And I think if anyone actually remembers, I don't know if anyone does remember me playing it. Because it was like only like 2 months ago. It was like by the end of it, I was ripped apart. And this music as well, all it does is just like legitimately makes me think about it even more, especially with the haunting audio, the haunting song, seeing the visuals all over again. And that's what that music is for. These fans are like reliving this through their songs. I think it's so awesome. Thank you so much, Nightmare444, for sending in. The next video and last video is sent to by Andy, and it is Genshin Impact Risley's voice actor explains how to pronounce the, I guess how to pronounce the name. Let's check it out.
Hey, I'm Joe Zija, and I voice this guy in Genshin Impact.
Claude in what's wrong with me? What's happening? Why can't I remember the name? Fire Emblem.
And here's how to pronounce his name. You just take all these letters in the middle, and you just forget them. So this is Worcestershire sauce. Follow me for answers to more Genshin Impact questions. Hey, I'm Joe Zedra, and I
Wait.
voiced this guy in Genshin Impact.
He didn't explain it at all! How many times you gotta teach you this lesson, old man? Okay, yeah, I think he was making a joke about how it can be hard to pronounce. That's very funny. Thank you so much for all your submissions today, guys. Thank you so much for sending in videos. Today was a long one for sure, but you're probably going to get all in one video anyway. We're getting more and more people submitting to Rome Reacts, and I think there will be changes going forward. By the way, to the new patrons, it's not because new people joined. Ask any patron. I've been talking about changing this for like 3 months. Just some little changes. Everyone's going to be sending in the same amount of videos every week. And that's not changing whatsoever. Just to make it so that, like, you know, it's like making sure that we have like, that everyone can get seen to, because I am so grateful for everyone joining the Patreon. It means the absolute world to me. But yeah, I don't want anyone new joining in the past few months being like, was it me? It's like, legitimately ask any patron. I've been saying for like 4 months, I've been like, oh, I'm probably going to make some changes next week. Probably make some changes as we haven't done for a long time. I think that we made changes from 14 to 12. But we'll see how everything goes now going forward. Thank you so much to Ty Farrow 2, JB Bull, Janet the Banana, the Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusa, Malcolm Conde, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, The Assassin, Alpaca Juice, and new patron, Ollie. Thank you so much for all you've done to support me. I hope this react video was good. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.